Greetings to everyone world over, and we extend a very warm welcome on 21st of November 2020 to all our brothers and sisters world over wherever they are. Today is one of the most historic and a wonderful day, and it belongs to because today is the birth and today is the day which is celebrated world over, World Television Day. And when we talk about World Television Day, you can well imagine we all have come in this universe a very long way, and it's a wonderful way all of us we have moved in. So, ladies and gentlemen, during this pandemic, during this coronavirus, we hope you are taking care of yourself, your family, your friends, your neighbors, and all the people those are directly, indirectly associated with you in the different countries, in the different continents, in different conditions. We extend you a very warm welcome on Saturday morning, 21st of November. Now, this morning, while extending a very warm welcome to all of us, let me first of all introduce the Golden Triangle, which is right over here. We have got three of the legends, three of the celebrities, and of course, it's a World Television Day, but let me just introduce three of my dignitaries. We'll start the day with Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal. He is the CEO, Management and Entrepreneurship and Professional Skill Council under the aegis of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Then we will go over to Madam Monica Bahel, the CEO, Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council under the aegis of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. And today, there is a special gesture and a very humble way from Mr. Mohit Soni, the Sector Skill Council CEO for the media entertainment industry, because today is the World Television Day, and today we dedicate this particular day to television industry. And when we talk about television, it's an integral part for all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, making education relevant, the global confluence of intellectuals for education and skills. And it's the Skill India Virtual Summit 2020, empowering Indian youth with the global skills. And I think education, skills, competencies, all the journey when we talk about, it's all inseparable. Skills without education or education without skills and everything leading to competencies, I think they all are inseparable, they are together. Of course, you need happiness in life, so you need humor, you need media entertainment, you need management of the life, so you need management. And then at the same time, you want to start up, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to set up your own business. So that is also very important. And at the same time, your wellness is also very important, which we have to take care of. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of International Chamber for Service Industry and Think Unique, we extend a very warm welcome to all our distinguished guests, all our dignitaries, those have joined us this morning and they are with us over here. We extend them a very, very warm welcome. They all are with us and we extend them a very warm welcome. Santosh Kumar ji, you're also extended a very warm welcome. Kindly share your views on the WhatsApp with me because we have started the webinar and we are going ahead now with our morning little bit of a slides we'll share with all of you, and 10:30 we start with Colonel Anil Pokhriyal, the first guest of the day who will take on the vision. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today is the World Television Day, so hearty welcome. Pleasure to have all of you. Happy World Television Day 2020. So it's a pleasure, and we are having all of you. We would request all of you to kindly come live on YouTube. We are having this telecast live on YouTube. So we would request all of you to join us on the YouTube so that we can share the vision right over there. And I see lots of people have already joined, and we extend them a very, very warm welcome and a hearty welcome. You can come on GS Motivator. You can come on Dr. Gulshan Sharma. So happy World Television Day 2020 to all of us. It's a pleasure. On behalf of International Chamber for Service Industry, when we talk about the chamber, you have got Indian chambers, you have got lots of chambers. They all are doing great job. They are doing wonderful job. Our warm greetings to everybody in India, CII, FICCI, SHM, PhD House Chamber of Commerce, IMA, and ICSI. All of them, they are doing wonderful job. And they are trying to reach out the best possible way, everybody. Similar way, when we are taking care of the non-resident Indians and people overseas, those are abroad in different countries. And at present, we are proud to share with all of you, there are more than 30 million non-resident Indians abroad in different countries. And during this pandemic, we have taken the vision like doctors, nurses, paramedical people, they are great warriors. Similar way, ladies and gentlemen, our teachers, our educators, our counselors, our technocrats, our sector skill councils, our training providers, all these people are doing great job and they're doing wonderful job. Our deep compliments to them and great regards to them. India always believes that there's a Vasudev Kutumbakam. That means the whole world is one family. All of us, we are together, wherever we are world over. So ladies and gentlemen, heartiest congratulations to India's Prime Minister, India's Education Minister. The new education policy 2020 has come, and this particular new education policy has got a great component as far as our skills, our competencies, our vocational, everything in schools, colleges, universities, polytechnics, ITIs, whatsoever level of the education is concerned, this new education policy has brought all the skills as a ingredients, most important component and as a part of the education ecosystem. Whether you're taking sports, you are taking music, you are enjoying some kind of a skills, entrepreneurship, you are having beauty, wellness, fashion designing, whatsoever you can think of, everything is an integral part of new education policy 2020. And that's the way we look at it. The Honorable Prime Minister of India looks making India self-reliant, Atmanirbhar Bharat. That is something very important. India is thinking, India is growing, India is becoming self-reliant. And we all have to contribute from our side whatsoever best we can do. And that is possible that agar 40 crore bachon ko skills dena hai, you can well imagine the Sector Skill Council has got a huge task and they've got a great responsibility. And now they have adapted to the new system also, that is online, how to impart skills. So today they all will be sharing the vision with us. They will have their own sector specific areas which they will deliberate. Now, our chamber believes that our effort should be to make the education and skills accessible and relevant for all, irrespective wherever you are in city, you are in village, you are in rural, you are in interiors, you are in far-flung areas, wherever you are. And our chamber from morning till evening, we start in the morning at 9 and we finish in the evening at 9, 12 hours complimentary services, what we are giving world over. And we are trying to reach out to all the continents, all the countries, different locations world over. Ladies and gentlemen, we do understand that corporate always say there are skill gaps and there's a need that the education system and education ecosystem, of course, the new education policy is going to plug in a lot of things, but these sector skill councils have got a great role playing for all of us. And we are proud to share with all of you that our chamber, which is taking care of service industry, in 1994, we brought very special package and that's basically that you got to think beyond education, beyond employment. You have to come towards entrepreneurships, you have to come towards self-employment, and you have to think about it, what is to be done. So we set up the finishing school network for the service industry, and we are very happy that all kind of soft skills, etiquettes, manners, gesture, body language, everything being taken care of over there the best possible way. We have got two areas to focus. One is the youth empowerment, and the more challenging is teachers empowerment. All our educators, our trainers, our mentors, everybody has to be trained. So youth has also to be trained, but the teachers also has to be empowered. That is something very important. So when we talk about it, I wish to share with all of you, our chamber has got various agendas. Every day at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, we get 6 principals from different schools and colleges, and we are moving ahead in this journey. Monday to Friday, you have a deliberation, and where the principals, they deliberate every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They are school principals, they come with us. So every time we have got this kind of, now Monday 23rd, 3 to 4 p.m., we have got this special program coming for you. Then आज का युग क्या चाहता है, आज की युवा पीढ़ी क्या चाहती है, what does today's youth want? और हम बच्चों को यही बताना चाह रहे हैं through sector skill councils, nothing is impossible wherever you are, whosoever you are. So this is also a series, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the days, but Monday to Friday is a special program because Saturday generally we have a conference, interaction, workshops, and Sunday we take you all the way to America. So ladies and gentlemen, Junoon, your passion, that was one of the topics which we have covered the last Friday. Spursh Ganga, when I talk about water management strategies we talk about, right under the dynamic and dedicated leadership of Anil Manocha ji, the senior advisor to us from Singapore. All the water management related areas, we are taking up right from there what we have got. Then Saturday evening, we bring you Ayurveda. Today, after this webinar in the evening, you'll have a special program on Ayurveda. And do remember, today we are going to talk about arthritis, how to prevent and how to take cures. Every Sunday morning, we take you to Universal Studios gates. The gates get opened. Right in front is the Woodbury University, Burbank, California, and Professor Satyendra Dhiman talks from there every Sunday. Our integrative series, which is a journey from Srimad Bhagavad Gita and India's principal 10 Upanishads when we talk about Vidya se Adhyatam Vidya ki aur. Every Sunday evening, tomorrow evening at 3 p.m., our president based out of Thailand, our designated president now who is taking over the command on 13th of January, that is next year, Dato Ramesh Kodamalji from Malaysia. He is the co-chairman of the ASEAN India Business Council. Besides that, you have got various people from Cambodia, the president, Indian Chamber of Commerce. So ASEAN plays very important role. That is a special program. And then every Sunday evening at 5 p.m., under the dynamic and dedicated leadership of Ravindranath ji, the former chairman of the CMD of NSIC under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, we bring a program. And don't forget, every Sunday evening, that is at 8 o'clock, we bring a live telecast to you from the non-resident Indians. And tomorrow is music therapy, arts appreciation and music. And he is the gentleman who composed the music for Honorable Prime Minister of India during his first visit to the Madison Square when he visited after becoming India's Prime Minister 2014. So Dr. Kanis, he is going to share 2 hours vision with us, 8 to 10 p.m. tomorrow evening, ladies and gentlemen. It will come live all the way from Texas, from Houston. He is going to share. So this is the complete canvas, what we have got with all of you. And nowadays, We are thankful to Wellness Sector Skill Council, our Entrepreneurship Sector Skill Council. They gave a valuable support to us. I'm so grateful to them. We had 2 months journey with them. And nowadays we are having with the Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. And that is the way we are moving ahead and we are taking care of. Now this morning, we are being joined by Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal. He is the CEO, Management and Entrepreneurship and Professional Skills Sector Council. He has done a great job with us and we have requested him. He is going to share his vision with all of us, ladies and gentlemen, this morning. And thereafter, you will have Madam Monica Behel. She is the CEO of our Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council. She'll be sharing the vision. And thereafter, as I told you, after beauty and wellness, after entrepreneurship, nowadays we are having our programs with the Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. He along with his entire team, they all are so supportive to us. And lady who's coordinating from Media Entertainment with him, Pooja Arora, we are grateful to her also. So all of them and the TPs, the training providers, those are with us. So ladies and gentlemen, whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, making education relevant is the vision which we all take together. So this morning, I wish to share with all of you, and in a wonderful way, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start the first program, and we are going to have Colonel Anil Pokhriyalji with us. And before I go on to Sector Skill Council with him, I just quickly take 1 minute to share with all of you today's program, what exactly we have got. We are starting with him in the morning, and that is now he'll be sharing the vision with us. Thereafter, we will have Madam Monica Behel. Thereafter, we will go to Mr. Mohit Soni, Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. Thereafter, we will have a session, Transforming the Skill Landscape in India. And thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a half an hour break for the lunch. Then 2 o'clock, I will take you to Malaysia, Dato Ramesh Kodamal. And then I'll take you to Singapore, where we will take on from Malaysia and Singapore, India, ASEAN, what all we are doing in skill with them. Thereafter, we will get on to Dr. Jacob George. Then we will have Professor Devendra Pathak. And then we will have our Rabindranath Ji, the Sector Skill Council, when we talk about all the presentations once we have done and we have done all the deliberations, we'll finally come to Shiksha, Kaushal and Udyamita. That is the panacea for the Indian rural youth and Indian rural economy. And he is the former CMD of the NSIC. He is going to share with us, and he is now the chairman of the MSME sector with our Sector Skill Council. So he'll share the vision, and thereafter we will have summing up in the evening. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a very warm welcome, hearty welcome. It's a pleasure to have Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyalji this morning with us. In spite of all his engagements, and I know there are a couple of challenges. There's somebody unwell in the family also. He shared with me. But in spite of that, as a soldier, commitment is a commitment. And he's there on the front with us this morning to start and to make a wonderful journey. The global skills, when we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead with him. And that is our entrepreneurship, our management, and other areas what we take into consideration. Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyalji.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay.
Pleasure to have you with us, and I'm so grateful to you personally for your sparing a time and coming for the event. I'm so grateful to you.
Thank you, sir. Since it was an order from you, so I had to be here, and I have to honor your order, sir. And,
God bless you. God bless you.
It's always a pleasure to be coming on your platform, and we only wish we rub on the kind of enthusiasm and the energy which you seem to have in abundance. Thank you very much, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I would like to place on record my personal gratitude and thanks to Dr. Gulshan Sharma and his team in ICSI in giving us the opportunity and the platform to talk a little bit on the most important aspect in the country and world over. It is regarding the entrepreneurship. Now, we all know in this complex world, the jobs are becoming more and more finite and they are shrinking. So, in that sense, what is more required is to have an enterprise or an entrepreneurial mindset wherein we can work out the living for ourselves and bread and butter for our families. So, what is more important is to look inside and see the opportunities and the interest and build the attitude and the aptitude to come onto the entrepreneurship world and open the doors for multitude of opportunities which can fulfill our dreams, which can fulfill our aspirations, and even our social responsibility when we talk of wherever we are in our little own society or in our area of work and influence, wherever we are working. Let's try and make the journey more profitable, more meaningful, and in the sense, let's try and give back to the society. So I'll since my presentation would have reached ICSI, and if they can show that, that will be okay. Then probably we can go through the presentation. Dr. Sharma, I believe you received the presentation, sir.
I will just check up because uh, somebody from your office has sent across. I'll just check up.
Yes,
I
sir.
will just.
Santosh
Okay.
has sent you. In the
Okay.
meanwhile,
I'll
in the
just check
mean,
up. I'll just check up. Meanwhile, if you can just give a brief
yeah,
overrun,
yeah,
and that would be very kind of you, and I'll just coordinate meanwhile. Please.
sure, sir. So I'll just tell you a little bit on the background of entrepreneurship, management, and professional skills council, which we call it as MEPSC, that is Management, Entrepreneurship, and Professional Skills Council. It is under the Skill India Mission under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, incubated along with National Skills Development Corporation among the 37 sector skill council, looking after two sectors of management and security. We got incorporated almost about 5 years back in December 2015, and we have been primarily given the mandate and the responsibility for these sectors, which includes the entrepreneurships, the training and assessors, which also includes the professional skills, which also includes the security, and apart from the office management. So those are the kind of sector skill councils mandate which we have got. So MEPSC is kind of unique among these 37 sector skill councils, wherein we have got a very horizontal role. We are not vertical like Mohit Soni's Media Entertainment Skill Council or even Monica Behel's Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council. They are vertical in nature, but we are cutting across all the sectors because management job roles are there in all the sectors of manufacturing, service, and all other sectors. So that is the primary difference, and that is why entrepreneurship is being a horizontal component has been interested with us, and we are proud to be part of it. And that is what we have been trying to say and propagate world over and in our community wherever we go and the platforms where we interact. This is the most important aspect, which is on primarily on the foremost on the minds of our youth and also the policymakers. So for the reasons, inherent reasons that we can't possibly engage everybody in a private or a government job, and there has to be a enterprising or entrepreneurial spirit and the mindset of each and every person. So in that sense, even the government of India has realized and given an impetus in the new education policy, and entrepreneurship has been given a very big fillip by introduction of many policy changes which the present dispensation has brought about in the country, and they have carried out the atmosphere, conducive atmosphere of doing and easing the business, conducting business in the country, inside and even outside. With the latest uh, focus and the thrust by the government on Atmanirbhar Bharat, this becomes even more assumes more importance once we talk about how to go about being vocal for the local and also for creating opportunities and sustaining our own vendors and fabricators, manufacturers, entrepreneurs, and our own homegrown handicraft jewelers, our own artisans, our own musicians. So, in that sense, Dr. Gulshan Sharma has been doing a great job by propagating all these hidden jewels from our own country and abroad and bringing together on this kind of a platform, which is so very relevant and so very needed. So, in the meanwhile, it all comes in. I just have to say that to have this entrepreneurship mindset, there has to be a change in mindset also. The change in mindset has to start from the society, from the education system, from the academicians, from the policy leaders, from our political leaders also, and coming down to the parents. We as parents, to the youth, and we have to have the dignity of labor. We have to not. There was a dialogue in one of the famous movies of Shah Rukh Khan when he says, "मेरी माँ कहती है कि कोई भी धंधा छोटा नहीं होता है." So we have to have that dignity of labor, and we have to see in that light that if somebody is trying to pursue a vocation wherein he or she is wanting to nurture his or her skills in whatever fields they have got, so that mindset has to come in the society and parents and in our peers and subordinates to accept that kind of initiative and the risk taking capability of that person. So, in that sense, there has to be a new narrative to build youths to be their own masters. We have to focus on building the job givers. We have to be job givers rather than job seekers and create more opportunities. We have to also shift from the building the traditional business and come on to the innovative businesses. This COVID has taught
ये
the entire
presentation है.
world. We have to shift the focus from building traditional businesses to the innovative businesses. COVID world over has given us opportunities. The way we are conducting this very webinar is a prime example of how we are conducting our business. So this is again a new normal, but an entrepreneur has to be always on his or her toes to look for opportunities and to give shape to the business ideas and to the innovativeness, bring innovativeness in that sphere. Now we also have to see that. Yeah, this is the presentation, I think. So if we can go to the next slide, sir.
हाँ जी, sure.
So like I was saying, these innovative business ideas will give you enough opportunities, and it will build the confidence and build in so many qualities of leadership, wherein you have to foresee a problem, foresee a challenge, work out its delivery amongst walking through and working through the hordes of challenges, and that will only build your confidence. That will build your own self-esteem. That will build in your own confidence in your own capabilities and in the manner you can overcome any or the challenges which come across you. The entrepreneurship also will give you lots of opportunities wherein the gender norms will get improved by giving equal responsibilities and opportunities and rising up to the expectations. And this will help in a very, very big way in reducing the gender discrimination. And that is what is. So nowadays, if you see a young woman coming up with a business idea, she's actually more respected nowadays than in the previous era, wherein in our patriarchal society there is still a mindset exists, especially in our rural areas or tier 2 or 3 or 4 cities, wherein the women have not been given that kind of empowerment, and there has been a lot of discrimination against. But then I'm personally aware of a young girl who came up with a business idea. Can you imagine? Almost about 5 years back, almost about 4 years back, and she has been awarded by the government of India for being a successful entrepreneur under the age of 30. And she came up with an idea of aggregating the helicopter business, the travel and tourism business, and then she took it on a different way. How can you imagine a young girl to come up with an idea? And since then, I have been seeing so many marriages, so many events, so many pension events happening where the family in the rural parts of Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan have used the helicopter services to travel from the school or from the marriage to their homes. And just for a travel ride of about 30 odd minutes, they have been giving rides from about 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs, depending on the area and the kind of ride and the timing in the air. Those are the kind of opportunities an entrepreneur can come up with. They have to see the gap, fix that gap, and come up with a business idea and maximize their own margin of profit. This entrepreneurship, in that sense, will give lot of power to the women, and they will add more number of women in the Indian workforce. Can we go to the next slide, please, sir?
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. So, needless to say, whatever we just discussed, now let's see the importance of entrepreneurship and what kind of dynamics it will force in the country as on date. What it will do is it will ensure the proper utilization of all the resources by the entrepreneurship, and this will lead to increased productivity. When we talk of giving ample new opportunities to the young youth of our country, they will look for the opportunities and for the ways and means how to tackle a problem in a very positive and a helpful way. And in also nowadays the thrust is also on saving ecology and environment. So the youths are also coming up with such bright ideas wherein they will contribute to the saving the earth campaign, and also in being more toward the greener aspects of ecology. Uh, this entrepreneurship, and we have seen this in this pandemic, the massive migration from rural to urban areas. This will control because this will give opportunities and options to the youth of the country to also increase growth in all areas equally. And so there will not be any imbalance when we say that there has been massive migration from rural to urban or urban to rural in the past. So that will it will change. This is one of the most important aspects which even the government of India has been focusing on, and especially in this Skill India movement, government has now come on to giving more powers to the states and at the district levels, wherein the districts officials will look for the opportunities to engage youth and give them entrepreneurship opportunities, to give more impetus to the local industry which has been existing, and to all the artwork and the artisans which are there in the rural areas, and give them the market linkages, give them the exposure to the supply chain management, give them the know-how how to digitally market their products and how to link with the markets and the customers base. They will also be giving lots of promotion and the support in engaging and obtaining the loans for their activities and expand their business. So overall, this will be a very excellent opportunity, and this plays a very vital role in the promotion of the artistic activities and help them creating and conserving the traditional pieces and earn their livelihood. What is more important is that we'll get more impetus to our plethora of the artwork, the music, the dance form, the workmanship in terms of carpentry or masonry or temple building, jewelry making. All those things will get fresh impetus in this Atmanirbhar Bharat, uh, vocal for local, and for this Skill India mission, wherein the entrepreneurship has been given a very high impetus and priority. Needless to say that it will encourage the young generation and talented people to come up with the new and bright ideas and take the new risk and solve that kind of a problem for the betterment of the society and for the ease of our fellow citizens. Can we move to the next slide, sir? So, what are the challenges? So, what are the challenges? The first and foremost is the demand and access to the finance. And what are the kind of sources? starting from the government sources, from the banks, from NBFCs, or also crowdsourcing. You know, the VCs, the angel investors. So all those people are the source to seek the finance, and put that know-how and support and handholding and mentorship in managing their inventory, managing their own work environment. Policy decisions and supply chain management is a very, very big difference and a deterrence also at times, wherein any new entrepreneur may get disheartened because if he or she does not find the right conducive atmosphere in his or her area of operations or even their own state or district. So that is one of the biggest challenges which are there. And finally, the required skills and the knowledge to run an enterprise, which is one of the challenges wherein we come up to bridge that gap and give them the support. Now let's see the solution. Now the solution is to transform by training and developing the young minds and to build them as entrepreneurs. Just to give you an example, in one of the events, I met a young boy who's a Delhi government class 9th, class 10th student who whose parents were differently able, and obviously they had financial problems. Now this young boy was so enterprising. He was running a e-rickshaw post his school hours. So he used to run for about drive the e-rickshaw for about 5 to 6 hours, from about 3 to 9 or 3 to 8 in the evening. What challenge he realized as a driver of a e-rickshaw on he was driving it on a rent of course. He realized the challenges in its maintenance, in in case there has been a breakdown or something in his e-rickshaw, how to do that. So what he did was whatever money he used to earn in a day, let's say about 500 to 800, he used to keep a portion of it, and he collected that money, and he had about 5,000 rupees. He bought tools for that, learned how to do the repairs of the e-rickshaw, and he started a second business while doing all this. And then he added two of his more friends, and three of them has now started e-rickshaw repairs and maintenance service, which is required 24/7, because we must understand the e-rickshaw needs to be charged for longer duration and run for the balance of the duration. So these guys were trying to bridge the gap for the both aspects and segments of the e-rickshaw industry, that you have to have a driver to run it and you have to have the people to repair it, and they have to be at the nearest place and the location. And that is the kind of idea this young boy had, and he did it. So he has been awarded in one of the events by one of the government of India ministers, and I was privy to that event, and it was very heartening to see that kind of enterprising spirit. Now, the solution, like we spoke of, we get the support from the. We can go back, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. So we need to have the support of the venture capitalists and angel investors to ensure the funding supplies, and the government support, like we say that for the policy and guidelines on for giving uh, tax stops and tax breaks, and making sure the ease of doing business becomes more easier and more helpful to all the uh, entrepreneurs. We also have to focus on rural entrepreneurship, which is the next slide, which we have to talk of. And when we talk of rural entrepreneurship, and we have to understand the rural industry and the needs. So when we say that more than 70% of the Indian population resides in rural areas, we have to understand that just because of lack of money and lack of opportunities, it is almost labor intensive. It is the most labor intensive industry in the country, because most of it is based on agriculture. And there's been a lot of disparity in the income of the rural and urban people, and that is one of the major reasons for the migrations in large numbers. So what we have to do is we have to have a regional development plan, which the government has now come up as part of Skill India mission, so that we don't have the migration at such a large level. And there has been a regional development at all places, so that it is equitable distribution of the funds and the services across all the states. Uh, why the need is also there is because we are very rich in traditional art, and that traditional art is shrinking, and it's now going into the from villages to the households to now a couple of people in the family. So now we have to have ways and means how to revive that traditional art. There is also a need to reduce the poverty, the growth of slums and pollution in the cities. So we have to have holistic development all across, and there has to increase. We have to also increase the literacy rates in the rural youth. So, what kind of a rural entrepreneurship? What are the features of that? So, the first and foremost is it requires very low investment. It has got a very low gestation period because the results are almost immediate, and you can get the returns also very immediate. Use of the traditional skills, like I mentioned, are the traditional art and culture is now shrinking and going to the families, and from families it is going to a couple of persons in each generation. So that is one of the important aspects that we have to nurture, and we have to make use of by using the traditional skills. We have to also have the decentralized production system, because then in that sense we can distribute, and that is we can diversify also. Like we mentioned, we have to. There's a lot of ample opportunities to use the locally available raw material, and which caters to the limited market, the products, and that is what is makes them very unique, because they are very aesthetic and very environmental friendly. So in fact, in that sense, you we know the world over the trend and the demand for organic farming and for having pesticide or chemical free products as far as eatables are concerned, or even fashion products which are concerned, or even wearables and apparels are concerned. So world over, there has been realization that we have to be as close as to the nature, and not have kind of a product which destroy the ecology in a very big way, and also to maintain the balance in the environment. So, sir, this brings me to the role of our sector skill council, and especially management sector skill council, wherein we have the skills and knowledge to bring the to build the young entrepreneurs, collaborate with the industry and the enterprise, build their capacity, and collaborating with all the stakeholders as far as handholding is concerned, as far as mentoring is concerned, as far as connecting them to the markets is concerned, or connecting them to the funds is concerned. All that is being done by all sector skill councils, including management sector skill councils, on a horizontal basis, and we are supporting and working with many universities. In Delhi University, we are working with Kirodimal College. With IP University, we are working with Aurobindo College in Delhi University. We are working in Jaipur with Bharatiya Skill Development University. In Chandigarh, we are working closely for the faculty development program of Chandigarh University, in building the capability of the faculty as also the students, and giving them opportunities. So we have a network of entrepreneurs who have been coming on the show, on the platform of Dr. Gulshan Sharma also, and we have had a series of almost over a month, wherein our industry partners, they came up, and they made the environment know about their activities, and also talk about their challenges, and how they achieved their goals in spite of those challenges. So that is what we have done as of now, in association with Dr. Gulshan Sharma and his team at ICSI. So I have finished, sir, right on time.
Wonderful, wonderful, and my three cheers for you. And I'm so grateful to you that long journey, startups and new entrepreneurs and potential entrepreneurs, everybody you brought together on this platform. I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful to you. It was so nice. And Sanjeeva Shiveshji has joined, and he's sending his greetings. He says, wow factor. He's telling wow factor. He says, the day has started way the soldiers are. I'm so grateful. God bless you. And please take care of the family and our best wishes to the people. Those are little unwell. And we pray to Almighty, they all should recover soon and everything should be fine. And we are proud of you because the startups, the entrepreneurship, the security part, the management part, managerial training part, all that being with you. Be ready. We are coming for another 1 month program with you now. and your adjutant, your 2IC, Santosh Kumar, is also very dynamic. I must compliment. You have got a wonderful team and your people are wonderful. You people are doing great job. And we pray to Almighty, leaps and bounds, your Sector Skill Council should flourish and it should move ahead and it should be very good. Very good.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, sir. I'll take leave, sir.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Wishing you all the best, especially to my dear friends Mohit Soni and Monica Bahel, who have followed up.
Yes.
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much. And wish you a great day ahead. God bless you. And lots of people have sent their comments for you. I just want to thank them. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with these words, our deep regards and gratitude to Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal. And from here, I'm going to take you to the another world now. And that's a wonderful world that is beauty, that is wellness, and that is the Sector Skill Council over here. Of course, the comments are coming. Dr. Shruti Gupta, thank you very much. Entrepreneurship is the key to the powerful India. Dr. Anamika Parashar, Akash Agrawal, Sanjay Prasad, Guru Datta Mohanty, and Sarika Kitukale, great, Arvind Rayalwar, Mangesh Adgokar, Arvindji, and Think Unique team. Yes, thank you very much, all of you joining over here. And then Rushi Kanda, and other people, those are joining, Buddha Institute. Great. Welcome to all of you. Let me open the platform, and before I get the young dynamic lady, Monica Bahel ma'am, I think from the first part, the Sector Skill Council in the morning, the first program which we had, let me have 2,000 rupees cash prize for someone. Very simple. Which is the most popular app at this point of time for startups in India? That is my question. I will repeat my question once again, and whosoever comes out with the right answer, you get 2,000 rupees cash prize early in the morning. आपने शाम को एक प्रोग्राम देखा है अमिताभ जी का, कौन बनेगा करोड़पति। यहाँ पर हम 2,000 रुपए से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। वो अपना पहला राउंड 1,000 से शुरू करते हैं, शायद 500 से करते हैं, मुझे नहीं पता है। But we are starting with 2,000 rupees early in the morning, and that is on 21st. Today is the World Television Day, and we, like you have got the celebrities coming. So one of the celebrity, Colonel Anil Pokhriyal, he has just gone, and Monica Bahel ma'am is with us, and thereafter I will take you to Dream Merchants, Mr. Mohit Soni's Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. So pehla question for the audience, you should send your answer to us coming up on YouTube, where you are joining us, you are linking with us, you are coming on GS Motivator. GS Motivator is the YouTube channel. And then Dr. Gulshan Sharma also, ICSI also, whatever you are convenient and comfortable with. We are very happy wherever you can come. If you're coming on this, my question to you is the 2,000 rupees question, which goes with the first presentation of the morning. That is, which is the most popular, most feasible, and most appropriate app for startup venture in India as on date? And if you give me the correct answer, आपके 5 मिनट में आपके अकाउंट में 2,000 रुपए होंगे। जैसे दिखाते हैं आपको अमिताभ बच्चन जी, हम भी दिखाएंगे। ये देखिए आपके अकाउंट में हमने 2,000 रुपए ICICI बैंक से भेजे। वो एक्सिस बैंक से भेजते हैं, हम आपको ICICI बैंक से भेजेंगे। So, ladies and gentlemen, with these words, let me extend a very warm welcome this morning, Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council, and it's a proud privilege this morning. We are joined by Madam Monica Behel. She's a wonderful lady. She has given so much of support, and I cannot forget, भारत के लिए एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण दिन होता है for the entire India when we all feel proud, and that is 15th of August. We celebrate, we jubilate, we congratulate, we enjoy so much on that particular day. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you enjoy on 15th of August, India's Independence Day, that is Bharat ka Swatantrata Divas, उस दिन देकर मैडम मोनिका बहल आई और पूरे का पूरा सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल की तरफ का वेलनेस का और ये पूरा इनका जो पेडागोजीज एंड्रोगोजीज और जो कुछ भी इनका कंप्लीट इनपुट है इन्होंने हमको दिया, आगे चलते हैं. We extend a very warm welcome to the CEO of. She's doing a great job, doing innovative, she's doing creative job, she's doing dynamic job, she's doing vibrant job. And मैं तो हमेशा ये कहता हूं कि 72 साल की उम्र में आप 27 साल के कैसे लग सकते हो. तो मैं अपनी 72 की एज को वापस लेके चलूं तो how can I look smart, and that is going to be whatever we are going to learn and we are going to pick up. Those of us, those are feeling low during this particular time, today is the time. Think about it. There is no one like you. There is no one who can empower the world like you. By God Almighty, something very special. The only thing is you got to unleash your potential. You have to take out your potential. And this morning, we have got, I call her my daughter, I call her my younger sister, I call her my child, I call her anything I can take a liberty to call that because she is wonderful. She accepts me in all roles. So thereby, ladies and gentlemen, let me have a privilege to extend a very warm welcome to Madam Monica Behel, the CEO, Beauty and the Wellness Sector Skill Council, this morning, sharing her vision. और पहले वाले सवाल को 2000 रुपए भेजते रहिए और जब इनकी आधी टॉक हो जाएगी तो मैं 2000 रुपए का सवाल आपको यहां से भी दूंगा, उस पर भी आएंगे. That will be the next question. I want more and more participation. I want active participation. देखो, सोकर तो भारत आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा. हम सबको जागना पड़ेगा. हम सबको मोनिका बहल के साथ आगे चलना पड़ेगा. If she is going to be with us this morning, young, energetic and vibrant and giving energy to us, smart, we think smart, we dream smart. So ladies and gentlemen, with these words, we bring you Madam Monica. Unmute your.
Good morning, sir, and good morning all the viewers here on ICSI platform.
You've got to unmute your. आपको अपना mic.
Sir, am I not audible?
Unmute करना है.
Sir, I've already done that. Am I not audible? Are you not able to hear me?
माइक यहाँ नहीं, आप शायद एक go ahead. Please go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much, sir, for such a warm welcome. For such a warm welcome and the choice of adjectives that you've chosen, I don't think so I could have asked for anything better than that on a Saturday morning. और बिल्कुल आपने ठीक कहा, भारत जागेगा तो आगे चलेगा और what best than a Saturday morning to get up and be a part of your platform and reach out to the people through your platform, not only in India but outside India also, and tell them where we are and what is India's vision to the next generation that we will be talking about. And जैसे Dr. Sharma you mentioned, आप already 27 साल के ही लगते हैं. You can please ask all the viewers here and they all will agree with me, and we can have a voting contest right now in addition to your 2000 contest. they will all agree that it's a 2000 rupees can also be given for all the viewers who are saying कि आप 27 साल के लगते हैं. Okay, sir. Starting with that and a lovely presentation by my colleague Colonel Pokhriyal, who always speaks so nicely, and he's been one of the strongest pillar for the ecosystem of skilling. I will take you through a bit of the skilling ecosystem about beauty and wellness and more concentration on the topic of the day, that is the role that the education needs to play in the life of the youngsters, whether we start at a school level or we talk about adolescent or we talk about adults at an age of 18 but still trying to find a foothold for themselves. So sir, with that I will start with my presentation. I will just so just give me a minute.
No, take your time. Take your time. So, ladies and gentlemen, meanwhile, I will request all of you, जो question मैंने आपसे पूछा, the people those have joined now, I'm repeating it, that now the startup, stand-up, entrepreneurship, self-employment, whatever ventures we are taking up, whatever we are doing, I would like to make a request to you. Kindly post on the YouTube where you have joined and you are watching this particular program live, उसी के अंदर post कर दीजिए, which is the most important and most feasible app. When I talk about app, that means through the app you get into the system. What do you find is the most feasible, appropriate, simple, pragmatic, futuristic, and which you find which gives you the complete ingredients and inputs, and you can get into a startup venture, which is the most important app and which is the most easy and a popular app. Sanjeeva Sivesh ji ko main isme as a judge lunga because he would support me and he would tell me, because he's running the entrepreneurship school. So he would be in a position to tell me which is the most important app. Okay, the answers have started coming. People have started posting. Shikhar Saxena ji, आपने दिया है Insta Mojo. Okay, somebody else is coming up. Dr. Anamika, Startup India Learning Program app. Okay, somebody else. You have to keep posting it, and then finally I will take 3 of the judges, and they will tell us which is the most important app. And today is the World Television Day. The television has changed the whole world. It used to come with Doordarshan, एक special tune के साथ सुबह सुबह आया करता था, और आप लोग एक दूरदर्शन पर एक ही चैनल देखा करते थे. And today imagine where the world has moved, where all we have moved, and the television has brought a revolution. So on the World Television Day, we are for the Sector Skill Council, Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council. We are going ahead where we will be sharing with each other, where we will be deliberating what exactly they have got to offer and what all. And schools, colleges, polytechnics, institutions, ITIs, universities, I would request whether a teacher or a student, we all need new courses. We all need wonderful. आपने अभी entrepreneurship और वो सब चीज के बारे में सुना. And now we are moving ahead from there, and we are coming to the next one, and that is your Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council. And there we take on the views from Madam Monica Bahal. She's going to share her views with all of us. No worries, you take your time. देखिए, सबसे बड़ी चीज ये है कि टेक्नोलॉजी के अंदर absolutely no worries, no tension, no pressure, no problem, and we will wait for you. You make your presentation okay. आपका म्यूट हो गया, आपका म्यूट हो गया, आपका माइक म्यूट हो गया मैम.
Sir,
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, the presentation has been sent to you. There's Apple is not
Okay.
allowing me to
No
share
worries.
the presentation.
No worries.
So
No worries.
yeah.
No worries. No worries. We will get the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, these all are the part of the whole process and the system and everything. आपने मेरे को ईमेल किया मैम या आपने मेरे को व्हाट्सएप किया है? आपका माइक म्यूट है.
Yes,
आपने हाँ जी.
sir. I can send it to you WhatsApp as well.
नो 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 जो कुछ आपको कन्वीनियंट है
Sir,
मैम.
email है. WhatsApp पे भी if you want I can send it to you WhatsApp right away.
नो नो जैसे आपको कन्वीनियंट है मैम. जैसे आपको कन्वीनियंट है. आई विल जस्ट हैव इट चेक्ड अप मैम.
So email has already been जी.
हाँ ईमेल पे तो डायरेक्टली नहीं पहुंचा है मैम आपका. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. नो प्रॉब्लम.
I will send it to you on WhatsApp.
हाँ जी मेरे को व्हाट्सएप पे दे दीजिए तो आई टेक ऑन द ईमेल. लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन ऐसे ही थोड़ी ब्यूटीफुल लगेंगे आप. ऐसे ही थोड़ी आपकी वेलनेस इंप्रूव हो जाएगी. उसके लिए स्ट्रगल तो करनी पड़ेगी ना. कोई योगा करेगा, कोई मेडिटेशन करेगा, कोई नेचुरोपैथी करेगा, कोई न्यूट्रिशन फूड लेगा, कोई ऑर्गेनिक खाना खाएगा, कोई वेजिटेरियन बनेगा, कोई टीटोटलर बनेगा और नॉन स्मोकर भी बनना पड़ेगा. उन सब चीजों को लेकर ही तो सारा काम होगा ना. तो हम जब उन सब चीजों को लेकर चलेंगे so there only we will move ahead and we will take care of. So मोनिका मैम की व्हाट्सएप आ जाए so उसके बाद हम आप सब लोगों को
WhatsApp is just coming to you.
No worries, no worries. So all the school principals. Yeah, it has come, ma'am. And all the school principals, all the school teachers, and all my youth, those are watching this particular program. Everybody has to think smart. Everybody has to look smart. Everybody has to talk smart. Everybody has to walk smart. And everything is going to be fine. No problem. We got similar way Colonel Anil Pokhriyal's presentation also. Nothing to worry. आप अपने views share कीजिए and my team will get the presentation within next 2 minutes for you. Please go ahead.
Perfect, sir. Perfect, sir. And my heartiest apologies to all the principals, to all the viewers for this glitch early in the morning, and that too a Saturday morning when you guys are all up, awake, waiting for the presentation to start. But as Dr. Sharma mentioned, sometimes it takes a little while for things to get settled. And I guess there's a little issue with the technology here, with the acceptance in the format that it's asking for. So that's where the presentation has been sent to him. So by the time the presentation comes live, I would just like to take off from where Dr. Sharma can be a complete holistic approach to looking good. And more than looking good, it is with feeling good and you feel confident and you feel like facing the world today, early in the morning, dressing up, going out. The beauty cannot come across. We've seen all of us through different medias, whether it's through Aaj Ki Date mein with internet being there and we getting the exposure in the lives and practically in day-to-day activities of all the celebrities that we look up to. We see only the ones that feel good internally is what the beauty then will reflect on the external outside. Internal beauty comes not only from being beautiful, but from being well. So being well consists of everything that you talk about, the food you eat, the drinks that you consume, the sleep that you take, the activity that you do, the exercising that you put in your daily routine, the meditation, the spiritual part of it, whatever you do. Everything, all these components put together will make a 360-degree approach to being well, and being well will lead to being beautiful. Aaj ki date mein, when we are trying to get used to a new normal and living always under the fear of corona, it's very important that your wellness quotient should go high. If you have a high wellness quotient, your beauty quotient or your fitness quotient will automatically go in parallel accordance with that. But your wellness quotient will only come into play once you look after yourself. And for looking after yourself, you will have to make sure that everything that is there with you to do, starting from the time you get up in the morning to the time you go off to sleep at night. May I please request the viewers to put themselves on mute?
It's coming,
Thank you,
ma'am.
sir.
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
It has come.
So,
It has come.
Hanji,
Hanji.
not an issue, sir. So it takes
Yes,
that
yes,
14
yes.
hours or 12 hours. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. The 12 or the 14 hours of the waking time that we spend with each other, with ourselves, more important, is what will make us well. Yes, sleep also needs to be peaceful. So I'll be talking about that also while we go through it, that how do we go about on it. Can I please request the next slide?
Sure, ma'am. एक सेकेंड आपकी नेक्स्ट स्लाइड
Yeah. As I was mentioning, beauty and wellness has got under it 7 subsectors, because beauty, जैसे Dr. Sharma ने भी बताया and I also started, is not just a word which starts from B and ends at Y. No, it does not. It takes care of a lot of things that go inside. So beauty and wellness has got 7 subsectors as a sector skill council that we have under us. The first and the foremost, as the first word of the beauty and wellness sector skill council, is for beauty. That's for salon. That's for the external appearance, which takes care of skin, hair, nails, makeup, aesthetic skin services. Then comes your weight. It's very important in today's time and in the way we live our life with a sedentary kind of a lifestyle, that our weight needs to be managed. So through proper diet, through proper diet consultation, whatever is needed, the weight also needs to be as per your BMI, as per your BCA, that's the body composition analysis, and the basal metabolic rate. You need to be fit in order to be fit. So the third part under the subsector of beauty and wellness is rejuvenation, that in which we take care of your spas, the luxury part of it, which takes care of the spas, the rejuvenation spas, the day spas, and the residential spas. Then comes as the alternate therapy. We've been blessed being in India that we've got the roots and we've got the knowledge of Ayurveda, of neurotherapy, of yoga with us. And our ancestors have taught us how to take care of the best ingredients in the plants and take care of ourselves in terms of our beauty, the way Cleopatra used to use rose petals and milk, and in terms of even having Ayurveda in eating, in our day-to-day nutrition, in day-to-day plating of the food that we eat. Then comes is the fitness. Fitness again plays a very, very important role in our wellness quotient. We need to keep ourselves fit. Managing weight and being fit are two very different concepts which we need to understand as an individual. So being fit, you may have a particular weight which makes you feel fit, and the same weight for somebody else may be an overweight or an underweight, because each one of us has a different composition of our body. So being fit at the weight that you carry is the most important thing. Yoga is one of the biggest, मतलब I would say, जो इंडिया ने पूरे वर्ल्ड को दिया है through the way of India International Day of Yoga, is the biggest blessing that India has given to everyone, which takes care of your internal well-being, your external well-being, and your spiritual well-being, which is very, very important. And the last subsector, but not the least, with beauty and wellness is the product and sales. What we do externally, as I mentioned, we need to take care of our skin, our hair, our nails, everything we need to take care, especially in the times when we are living in a polluted country, in a polluted city, where the oxygen levels are so low. and the way our lungs have to face the oxygen, the way our lungs have to face the issue with the less of an oxygen supply, similarly our skin and hair also have to undergo those changes, and we need to take care of them through the products that we use. May I request the next slide, please? May I request for the next slide?
हाँ मैं वही ट्राई कर रहा हूँ जी. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आपकी. इसमें नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आपकी. एक सेकंड मैम.
हाँ जी सर, प्लीज. नॉट
अपने आप मूव नहीं कर रहा आगे. एक सेकंड जी, एक सेकंड.
नॉट एन इशू सर.
मैं यहाँ से लेके चल रहा हूँ. अब आ गया.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी जी. Dr. Sharma ने मुझे बताया the kind of countries and the number of countries and the principals from those countries who will be joining us for this webinar today. So then I thought, let's pick up some global numbers in the beauty and wellness industry in terms of the market size. Though the numbers are pre-COVID times, but this is to just show you the trend, the way beauty industry has been growing across the globe. And the CAGR of this industry has been at a 15% annually for the last 5 years. And the top 5 countries in these were China, Brazil, USA, and out of the developing nations, to India and Indonesia. Currently, Korea is also competing to be one of the topmost 5 countries. And I guess in another 2 years, Korea will also be either replacing one of the existing countries, or we'll maybe have to make it a top 6 countries here. The rise in the world's leading health problems like hypertension, these are the problems which are more environmental and are obtained by the environment and the kind of living style that we've obtained or we've inherited from the generations, has led to hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases. And currently, India is almost there at the edge of being the diabetic capital of the world. So this has contributed to a higher demand of wellness-related products and services across the globe. The list of the fastest growing subcategories are acupuncture, naturotherapy, Ayurveda, meditation, and yoga under the wellness sphere. So may I please request for the next slide, which will give us more of an Indian scenario. So after seeing the global scenario, how did the global scenario of a CAGR look like? I will take you to the Indian scenario of beauty and wellness industry. Whereas globally, we saw that we've been increasing at a 15% CAGR, that's the compounded annual growth rate. In India, the growth had been higher than the global average. We've been growing at an average rate of CAGR of 18.6% in the last 5 years. And the sectors thriving on increasing section of affluent and middle class population, which have got more disposable income. And now looking good and feeling good has no longer been a luxury, but has become a comfort. It's a comfort zone. The day you want to spend me time with yourself, you would like to book yourself a spa appointment or maybe a hair appointment with yourself. So it's more of disposable income, which has led to this trend. Plus, a holistic approach has been taking roots with us Indians also. We've seen that there's been a lot of rat race that we all keep going through morning, evening. There are top lines to be discussed, there are bottom lines to be discussed. But when do we get time to discuss our own lifeline? So there has to be a time where we need to take a step back and think about our goodwill and our well-being. If we are good, we are healthy, and we are well-being is taken care of, we'll be able to grow our top lines and bottom lines both. The rejuvenation sector in this scenario has gained popularity over the last 5 years, and we've got the likes of Anandas coming up, which are the world resorts where people across from the globe come down for their rejuvenation, where they are cut off from the world and they are only concentrating on the self, and it's the inner beauty that they work on. So may I please request the next slide?
Just a second, ma'am. Again, it should not have a difficulty. It should not. But
Saturday.
No worries.
Okay, industry trends, though I covered up in my previous slide, only there's more disposable income, there's more perception of spending time and quality time with yourself and with the people that matter to you. There's a changing consumer psyche towards beauty and wellness. As I was mentioning, I just touched upon it about 20 years back or about 30 years back when we were students at our level, or we had seen that our mothers or our aunts or our uh, older siblings used to visit a salon only when there used to be a wedding in the family or a birthday party. It was not a monthly routine visit to a salon to keep yourself updated. But the psyche has changed. Beauty has become a necessity now. All of us, including all the male audience as well as the female audience, we make at least a monthly visit to our salon. And a salon visit has become a part of our budgetary equation also on a monthly basis. There's been an emergence of unisex beauty and wellness centers where you would like to go as a couple and go in for couple massages. A lot of hotels have come up with this trend where they do a spa holiday. They take the couple on a weekend kind of a trip where you need to only spend time with yourself, and there are couple spas being offered, and the rejuvenation where there's a lot of time being given for bonding with each other. Because on day-to-day kind of a life, and if you are by default in a metro like Delhi, Bombay, or Bangalore, where travel in itself takes half of your time of the day. By the time you reach home, you are already conked off with your energy. You do not have time to spend quality time with your spouse or with your better half. So these are the kind of trends which have come up. Expansion has happened a lot beyond the tier 2 cities and towns of the country. We see a lot of requirement coming and a lot of trends being setting up in smaller towns like Bathindas of the world, Ambalas of the world. Dr. Sharma, with all due respect, I know they are not smaller towns, but just to give you an example, मतलब इससे पहले कि पंजाब का कोई बुरा मान जाए viewer, so I'm a Punjabi myself. So with all due respect, I could take the liberty of using smaller towns of Punjab. But if even if I have to talk about, let's say, nearer home towns like Panipat, Sonipat, so these are the towns where there's been a lot of expansion which has happened. By default, there's been a lot of disposable income that's been there, which has led to higher spending capacities in these towns. And the penetration of social medias like Instagrams and Facebook had made the youth there so well aware of the fashion trends outside in the world that they now no longer want to take a trip, monthly trip from Sonipat or a Panipat to Delhi to take care of the beauty needs. They need the services there around the corner, at the corner of their home to be available. And there's a lot of advent of beauty, international beauty brands in India. We've got the brands the likes of L'Oreal's coming up in India and not only setting a good foothold in the market, but even introducing product ranges and brands specifically suited to Indian skin. The other brands are MAC. MAC is one of the makeup brands which I would agree that most of my female audience will relate to, which is one of the bestest brand that's available across the globe. They didn't have the color shades of foundation suitable to Indian skin. And when they came to India about 12, 15 years back, they were challenged with this. We were using two different foundations, one of a whiter skin and one of a more darker skin, mixing them and getting a right color for the Indian skin. But now the product range has Indian skin specific ranges. So that's the kind of Indian market and the spending capacity of the Indian consumer that has made the brands, the international brands, look up to us and take us as the serious consumers of these products. So may I request for the next slide?
Again, again, I got to. I'm so sorry. I don't know why,
Nahi, sir.
but it is not moving at its own. I got to. No worries. No worries. It should move at
And
its
just to
own.
name few more brands, while I may mention L'Oreal, it's the Bobbi
No,
Browns of the world.
I
It's
will
the
just.
Yeah, so we can, yes, we can go to a slide previous to this. Yeah, we can start with, okay, this is the incremental human resource requirement, a very important slide. If you see here, this is the workforce requirement, and currently this requirement is only mapped with the Indian subcontinent. And as I am aware, and Dr. Sharma's inputs and ICSI's approach and their inroads with the globe here and the world leaders being here, these numbers would obviously be much more at a higher fold in your countries. In India, by 2022, that's in the next 2 years, in spite of COVID being there is a requirement of 14.27 lakh of individuals, service providers, individuals at the startup level in India under different 5 segments of this industry, which is beauty and salon segment, beauty product segment, fitness segment, the slimming and the weight management segment, and the rejuvenation segment. And if you see on this, traditionally, the beauty and salon has been increasing at 100% kind of growth rate every 4 to 5 years. But if you look at it in the last sections, the rejuvenation market is looking at an increase of 4 times, a 400% increase in these last 5 years. To some extent, yes, Corona has been responsible that people are now investing more into prevention rather than into a curative healthcare, at least in Indian subcontinent, where it was always कि हम डॉक्टर के पास भी तभी जाते हैं जब कोल्ड की दवाई खुद खा के कोल्ड नहीं ठीक हो रहा या फीवर हमने 4 दिन मेडिसिन खा लिया बट अभी तक हमें रिजल्ट नहीं मिला then only we will even bring up the doctor and getting your medical test done barring the corporates which have made it a mandate is only when there's a problem. We Indians still have that mentality कि टेस्ट करा के कुछ निकल आया तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी. So जब तक नहीं पता मतलब till the time your eyes are closed you are better off. So rejuvenation is one market, but that's what we are, Dr. Sharma. That's our DNA. So with this thing in the background, the rejuvenation market is set to gain a lot of traction from the consumers, not only in India but across the globe. And this is one market which is growing at a tremendous percentage on an annual growth. And we, at the current scenario also, through ICSI, Dr. Sharma's efforts, NSDC, MSDE, जो हमारी Ministry है, Ministry of Skill Development, we already are getting a lot of traction from international market. They want that the moment this travel thing is back to normal, they would need Indian professionals specializing in rejuvenation to be sent there to train their youth, to conduct classes there, and to work as service providers there. So that's what the future that we are looking at. This COVID cloud has a silver lining to it, I would say. Okay, so now coming to the topic of the day, how vocational education, specifically in beauty and wellness, has become more relevant in today's day and time, and how we can influence the principals and the teachers here today with us to not just pick this up as only a profession for the students, but for the overall development of them as an individual, as a child, as an adolescent, going forward, which will help them grow as a complete individual. Skill India have made the vocational education system aspirational also and are encouraging the youth not just to go through the normal BA degree or a BCom degree and after that start looking for jobs here and there and get discouraged in the market where the job market is shrinking by the day specifically and work from home is becoming the trend. So markets are not hiring. Most of the bigger companies have forget about hiring. They've given pink slips to their employees. So keeping in this at the background, Skill India mission of our Honorable Prime Minister, of our Ministry of Skill Development, has made that education through vocational means and giving skills to the youth is the way forward. And believe you me, that's the way we also, all the SSCs, look forward to training our youth that they are able to cross over the bridge of being a job seeker to becoming a job giver. Going forward from 2021, 2022, India is getting into a gig economy structure. We already are on the threshold of it. And we are in the demographic dividend also, where we'll have to reap the benefit of being the youngest nation. But that only we can reap it if our youth today is given the right kind of knowledge, the right kind of skills to make a livelihood for themselves and to give jobs to their peers also. So that is it when we talk about crossing the bridge from being a job seeker to a job giver. Our sector plays a very important role in this, because the threshold in our sector from being a student to being starting something of your own is a very, very low threshold. You do not need very high equipment. You you do not need uh, you do not need a very big infrastructure requirement, very expensive machines. No, you do not. What you require is the skills and a passion to take this as your job going forward and make people look beautiful. The day you start feeling that you have to look nice and you have to look beautiful and you want to make everyone around you make beautiful, that's the day you feel that you've arrived on it. And if you will, and if on a lighter side, if I can, maybe Dr. Sharma's, if he acknowledges on that and he allows me to bring it on it, the most important day for any girl who's getting married is the D-day of her wedding. She is made to look like a princess. And here, the role that is being played by the makeup artist, the hairdresser, and her stylist is the most important role. They make her look like 100 million, 1,000 million, whatever you look, say that. And the kind of confidence that she exudes on that particular day is very visible in her interaction, in the pictures and the albums that she then ends up showing it to her children. So that is where the passion has to be, not only to make yourself look good, beautiful, and well, but to make others also look equally beautiful. Give them that confidence, because the confidence comes the day we are dressed up well, we are looking nice, and we give a wink to ourselves in the mirror. We are ready to face the world. Any presentation, उस दिन Dr. Sharma किसी भी presentation के लिए बुला लेंगे, I'll be the more than happier person, full of confidence sitting on that. So in this sector, ours is again one of the sectors I would like to share with the audience here, which is very women oriented and women dominated also. Out of the very few sectors in the industry, can we say that there are few of them which are women dominated from top to bottom, though men are also equally a part of it. You have the best of, currently in India, we've got the best of makeup artists who are males, but women are also there, shoulder to shoulder. So it's an equal opportunity being given to both the genders. And ours is, there's a lot of gender inclusivity also in our job roles and in the profession that they get into. All the genders are welcome here, and there's acceptance also in the market for gender exclusivity and inclusivity in it. The initiative that we've taken is that, as before me, Colonel Pokhriyal had mentioned that we've gone into colleges, universities, and we are doing courses with them. That starts after a student has finished their 12th. We do a BVOC education in schools and in colleges and universities. But before that, we've got vocational education. We already had it from 9th to 12th standard. And that is where earlier, during when I was a student, and many of you will relate to me, we used to have a period called SUPW, socially useful productive work. हर हफ्ते में 2 classes उसकी लगती होती थी, which was a mandate you had to join, and we used to pass time just loitering around. And the teacher also used to say कि आप तुम लोगों का जो syllabus खत्म नहीं हुआ, उस teacher को बोल के अपना extra classes ले लो. But our MHRD, under the able leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, from almost 5 years back, 2016 onwards, had started replaced SUPW with vocational education in schools, starting from 9th standards. So from school onwards, they are being given an option to choose from the skills that they have their interest in, and they can earn those skills and learn those skills, and maybe I would not say become a master of them, but at least be a jack of some of the trades. They can opt out for 9th, 10th standard, one skill, 11th, 12th, another skill. So it gives them a wider scope to see what their calling is and what would they like to make a career in going forward. Dr. Sharma, can I request for the slide
Yes, please.
change? Okay, this I talked about in 9 to 12, but in the new education policy, which we are discussing here, we are even talking of getting students as young as after finishing their middle school from 6th standard onwards to be given some sort of, sorry, not finishing the middle school, the moment they enter into the middle school, to be given some kind of vocational education. So how do we expect the student to pursue skill courses while they're still studying is that in schools from 6th standard onwards, as per the NEP, the new education policy, there will be an option of subjects given to them to choose from in addition to their formal education, in addition to the science, mathematics, English, Hindi, the third language, the social studies, they'll be given an option to choose any skill. They will, but as students जो मतलब literally जो 5वीं क्लास से पास होके 6वीं क्लास में बच्चा जाता है, they do not have the right knowledge. It's more like a peer pressure that happens at that point of time. यहाँ घर पे अगर parents ने किसी ने suggest कर दिया, they will go in for it. So they are a little confused in what to go forward with. This is where then a consultation with a counselor at a school helps them understand what their interests are. The counselor can talk to them, give them the option of all the vocational educations that their school has opted out for. Every school, because we at SSC level, we have 37 SSCs. And all of us have a couple of options to be given offered to the school. For example, beauty and wellness in itself has about 7 courses that we offer to school students. 7 courses from level 3 to level 4 onwards. So if I look at, let's taking an average of 5 courses also each sector skill, so the total can be anywhere about 150 optional vocational courses. So school principals can choose from their list, from the list that we can share with them of 150 or 100 plus vocational courses that are available through the sector skill councils, and the list of the optionals of the vocational courses that they are picking up can then be shared with the counselor of the school to counsel the students on them. Dr. Sharma, next slide, please. Beauty and wellness, we've got courses like assistant beauty therapist, assistant hairstylist, beauty therapist, beauty and wellness consultant, yoga instructor, and a sales representative. So these are the 7 job roles that I mentioned. But these job roles in their totality starts from 9th standard onwards, when the student has finished the middle school and they're in the high school and they have an understanding of where they want to lead themselves into. And this is more like a part of the formal education. There are proper exams that are conducted. 9th standard, it's an internal school exam. 10th standard, it's an external exam conducted by the SSC, that the Sector Skill Council. A certification is provided. 11th again is an internal by the school. 12th is a board exam again through the Sector Skill Council. Dr. Sharma, can I please request?
Has it come, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It has come. How this vocational education helps them, and currently I'm talking about students from 9 to 12th. I'll come on new education policy of the additions from 6th to 9th after this slide. The components of the vocational training, they are being, both the theory and the practical trainings that are conducted at the school level are as per the NSQF alignment of NCVET. NCVT is National Council of Vocational Education and Training, and NSQF is National Standard Qualification Framework. They are being, all what is taught to them is developed by the Sector Skill Council, course by course, qualification pack, NOSES by NOSES, that's the operating standards. And the students are then evaluated both on practical and theory assessments, and it's done through online media and through an external examiner, the way it happens in the practical component of any science subject, physics, chemistry, mathematics. So there's an external practical examiner who goes there, who conducts the practical exam. There's a viva happens, and the students are marked on it. On successful completion of the theory and the practical, the certification from Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill and for other sectors from their respective sector skill council is provided, which is a tag certificate which has a bio tagging of their roll numbers, of their name, of their Aadhaar card, everything, which is issued to the student. And the student, after getting this certificate, after 12 standards, are empowered and certified to pick up a job there and then if they want. Or secondly, if they want to further their education in the chosen field, BVOC is the next level of education for them, which is a bachelor's in vocational education, and that's a degree course. And it has an equivalence of a degree with any other degree. It's equivalent to a BBA degree or to a BA degree or even to a BCom degree. A student with a BVOC degree in any of the vocational course that they've done can sit down for an MBA exam also. Or if they want, there's a provision of an MVOC also, Master in Vocational Education. So can I have the next slide, please? Now coming to, which is this component of the new education policy is very, very close and to our hearts. And we are very passionate about it because this is the right time. You have to get them when they are young. Get them in the terms of not only teaching them ki baal kaise katenge or facial kaise hona. No, we are not going to teach them this. But to tell them and teach them about the basic nutrition, of the personal grooming, of the role yoga and fitness can play for their well-being, not today, not tomorrow, but for the life that they will be living forward. With the better technology, better, I would say, the medical facilities, the lifespan of all of us across the globe and even in India has improved from an average of 65, 70 to a 75, 80. But if we are not keeping our health good, or we are not well in the sense of our body is not at par at the same age, then living that last leg of our life is becoming a more of a burden on the younger generation or on the service provider or the caregiver than an enjoyment for the person who's living that extra life or that extra number of years because of better health facilities being provided by the government and by science. So it's very important that we get them at a young age. We teach them what is right for them, not only to take this up as a profession, whatever profession, let's say after sir doing a basic nutrition and personal grooming learning from 6 to 9, let's say a student wants to get into, my colleague Mohit will be joining after me, they want to get into being a movie producer or an maybe a director or maybe becoming pick up any other job role. These kind of learnings which will take place during their formative years of 6th standard to 9 will help them perform and outshine their other peers in any profession that they take forward. So may I please request for the next slide?
Just a second. I
Hanji, sir.
don't know why it has not moved. Should move. Yeah.
Okay. Very important thing, and again, very close to me, close to my heart, is eating right. What we see outside, whether it's our skin, whether it's our hair, is what goes inside. और बच्चों को अगर हम शुरू से बचपन से अच्छा खाना खाने की आदत डालेंगे, and we will take them away from all this junk food which is occupying their mind space and as well as the dining space on our dining tables, it'll be good for them. We have to go back to the roots, give them the basic food that they need, and not work out only on the कि बच्चे ने एक बर्गर खा लिया तो इतना चिकन बर्गर था तो उसमें प्रोटीन कवर अप हो गया उसका. I will do the for vitamins, I will give the child some pills or some anti oxidants to take care of. That should not be the way, and for that I would like to request all the parents here to take a little time out of their busy schedules and invest that time in the child's nutrition, to give the child the proper nutrition that is there to be given for not only for his growth, but for having him or her get the best of the lifespan that they have to live with. India, as I mentioned, we are becoming the diabetes capital of the world, and the adolescent diabetic cases in India are already on a rise. We see school children, most of the school children starting from standard fourth, fifth onward. What they do is during the lunch break, they will not carry their tiffin, they will carry their money, or their parents are paying all those fancy canteens to give them the food. And as children, obviously they would like to have something which tastes well or maybe looks well. Whether it gives them that kind of nutrition or it's good for their body is the least concern for them, because the fault here again lies with us, because we've not trained them right. We've not told them what is good for them, what is good for their health and what is not. So it's very important that from 6th to 9th is that formative years, we teach the student what is the basic nutrition, what they should eat, that the plate that they, at least one of the meals in a day should be a colorful plate that takes care of mostly all the nutrients that you take care of. We do not have to get back to them. Science may any which ways we'll be teaching them about all the vitamins, about the minerals, the proteins and the carbohydrates. So we will not go into that learning at this stage, but we will tell them more in a playful manner that how adding colors to their food or to the meal or the plate on the table can bring them good health, can improve their immunity. In today's time, it's been almost now 9 months. We are living with Corona. We've learned how to live with it. But initially, if you recollect, all of us being here, when Corona had just set its foot, at least in our country, in the month of February and March, there, there was a surge of videos on YouTube videos and Facebook lives on the importance of ginger, on the importance of garlic, on the importance of kali mirch, everything. उस टाइम पे हम सबको याद आ रहा था कि अपनी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ानी चाहिए, दालचीनी का पानी पीना चाहिए, ये सब करना चाहिए. So sir, we are like this कि हमारे सर पे जब पड़ती है हमें तभी याद आता है. But if we do it as a daily routine, and the best way to do it is if a mother or the whosoever is in the kitchen, if it's the didi or the auntie or the maid or the nanny who's doing the cooking, they will tell the child to eat. It will be taken or seen more like a force or compulsion to them. On the other hand, if we teach the child the reason this should be done and a teacher does that, let me again acknowledge one more fact. In this time frame of being in standard 6 to 9, our teachers are our ideals. We will disobey our parents, we'll disobey our peers, we will disobey our siblings, but we'll never disobey our teachers. I still remember when I was a child, अगर मेरी teacher ने arts and craft में cross stitch ऐसे बोला है करना है, and when I come home and my mom says no, you can do like this also, I used to tell my mom, no, you don't know, this is what my teachers taught and I'm gonna do a cross stitch like this, or this is how the diagram has to be made and the labeling has to be done, everything on the right side. I will not do it on the left, even if you stand on your head kind. So that's an impact that teachers have on our life. So at this stage in the new education policy, if we include the basic nutrition for our children and a teacher explain it to them in more a playful manner, in more a colorful and an experimental manner, we do a salad day on a weekly basis. एक दिन salad day करें, cold salads, where we teach the children कि आप आके we'll have a cold salad, no gas will be needed. Let's make and let's see how many of you uses how many colors. So a competition like this, one day can be a cold soup, one day can be, they can be made to bring something from their home and talk about the nutrition of that product and have a tasting session for the rest of the students. So उस time पे 6 to 9 time when you are in this age group of anywhere between 10 to 15 years, you always want to impress your teachers, you always want to impress your peers कि मैं जो बना के लाया हूँ या लाई हूँ वही सबसे अच्छा है. So it's very important that we use these kind of small tactics to involve them. So can I have the next slide? Yoga and fitness is very important. Sir, in the pictures if you can see, generally जो हम सब भी करते हैं आज की डेट में भी, जब हमें कुछ भी लिखना होता है या टाइप करना होता है, we bend down on the desk, we do not keep our spine straight. And allow me to tell you here, and with all due respect to all the professionals here, spine after brain, spine is the next biggest, I would say, the internet system of our body, जहां से सारी इंटरनेट की वायर्स निकलती हैं. और जैसे आज हमें ग्लिचेस आ रहे थे कनेक्शन करने में, ये अगर हमारी स्पाइन ठीक से नहीं हम रखते हैं तो ये ग्लिचेस बॉडी को फेस करने पड़ते हैं. कभी शाटिका की पेन हो जाती है, कभी फ्रोजन शोल्डर हो जाता है, कभी एल्बो, टेनिस एल्बो हम कर लेते हैं. ये सब बेसिक चीजें हैं क्योंकि हमने बच्चों को शुरू से नहीं सिखाते हैं. वी आर ओके विद देम इफ दे आर स्टडीइंग इन द बेड आल्सो, ऑन द स्टडी टेबल एज वेल. आई हैव सीन, इंक्लूडिंग माय ओन चिल्ड्रन, स्टडी टेबल की चेयर पे दे आर हाफ lazing around on the study table chair with the feet somewhere and the hand somewhere else. So we do not, as parents, we do not take that effort somehow, and neither are our own children when they are students listen to us. But when these things are taught to them in the class and the teacher is telling them, these things will become a habit for them. सिटिंग इन अ राइट पोस्चर. आज की डेट में जितने भी हमारे योगा गुरुज हैं, चाहे बाबा रामदेव जी देख लीजिए, श्री गुरु रविशंकर जी देख लीजिए, दे ऑल टीच अस टू सिट स्ट्रेट, स्पाइन स्ट्रेट. इनफैक्ट आज की डेट में देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ बिजनेस दैट ergonomic chairs are earning just because कि हमने अपनी स्पाइन बचपन से ठीक नहीं रखी है. ऑफिस में वो ergonomic chair लगा देते हैं which has a curvature of your spine. हमारी गाड़ी में वो हमें एक कवर दे देते हैं लगाने के लिए कि ये चला के करेंगे तो आपकी पीठ दुखेगी नहीं. बट अगर हम अपने बच्चों को ये शुरू से सिखाएंगे, ये एक्स्ट्रा स्पेंडिंग तो बचाएंगे, उनकी हेल्थ और ज्यादा अच्छा करेंगे. और इन सब छोटी छोटी चीजों से उनकी बेसिक इम्यूनिटी to catch cold, to catch other virals other than obviously corona, and to improve their lung capacity if the breathing is done properly, and 10 minutes of breathing exercises are done on a daily basis in school goes a long way. So can I please request you for the next slide? This is again one of the very very important slide here, which is on personal grooming. आज की डेट में जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. With the advent of social media, आप देखिए सेलिब्रिटीज को भी लोग नहीं छोड़ते हैं. If they are not looking well groomed, people go on bashing them on the social media that this is not right, मतलब this is not what you have to look through, and all that comes through. And I'm not here looking at and talking about being all made up or getting your hair blow dried every morning. No. I'm talking of the personal grooming. Personal grooming will include making sure in case of children that oral hygiene is right, that they're bathing properly, their hair care is proper. Generally in school, there's a lot of issue of a lice problem because बच्चा अगर एक भी class में है जिसको problem है lice की, सारी class को हो जाती है. So these are very, very small things. Foot hygiene, very important, specifically for children because they wear socks and they have to be in shoes at least for half of the day when they are in school. If they do not take care of the foot hygiene right, there's a fungus which develops, and airing of the shoes, things like that. Making sure what to wear and when to wear, the occasion to wear what clothes, making sure the way they sit, it's very important generally. और ये सब चीजें सर जो मैं बता रही हूँ 6 to 9 standard में अगर हम ये करते हैं, this is not ending only at 6 to 9 standard. This helps them in whatever profession they pick up tomorrow. When they go for an interview, the way you presented yourself, the way you have been, your hand movement is happening, your body gestures at the time of interview you are following is where the entire thing and the change, whether you get a job or not a job, comes through. Aaj ki date mein, when the market for the jobs is shrinking by the day, we have the same qualification of the individuals more or less being with the same experience available in the market. For let's say one job which is getting posted, if there are 20 individuals with the same qualification and with the same experience, as an employer, I will end up choosing the one who's best groomed, who's best presented themselves during the interview. Even the rest of the qualification and rest learning optimization I can think of कि मैं सिखा दूंगी because they are gonna be the brand ambassadors for that brand. whichever is picking them. They will have to do presentations, they will have to do market studies, they will have to be the face of that organization or the company. So it's very important that the personal grooming, the good etiquettes, the table etiquettes are taught to them at the right manner. And with us, our SSC, the job role that we've made for 6 to 9 standard will take care of it. Sir, the last slide on this, please. Fitness, very, very important, though this and yoga go hand in hand, but it's very important that we teach them the breathing exercises, but we allocate time in their schedule for physical education, not just the PT period. Again, what happens is जो आगे के 4 बच्चे होते हैं वही PT कर रहे होते हैं, बाकियों के अगर आर्म्स भी शोल्डर लेवल पे जानी है तो वो एल्बो से ही ऊपर नहीं उठती हैं, and the teacher is very happy, वो whistle बजा बजा के they finish off the class and it's done. So we will have to inculcate the habits of learning, of getting extracurricular activities as a part and parcel of your learning outcomes, making sure that you pick up one hobby, one sport, and you play in it. You may not become a master of it, but be a jack of all trades is where we want them to go through. And this will not only indirectly, aaj ki date mein, parents are very worried for the screen timing that their children are spending, because classes भी online हो रही हैं, games भी online चल रही हैं, video content भी online consume किया जा रहा है. So this is by default will take their eyes a little away from the screen and will improve the eye health also. The next slide, please. We've got with us a blended form of learning. We've got an LMS portal as well, where we do online training for the teachers, for the students, and we've just launched this in the month of July by Mr. Manish Kumar, who's the CEO and MD of NSDC, and our erstwhile chairperson, Mrs. Vanna Luthra. They both had launched this platform. This is with Kedmen Skill Ed India. Through this platform, the children, the students, they are learning from the best in the, I would say, in the industry. The practicals are being taught by the best teachers who may not be available to them in their schools or in their institutes, but are available to them online. And this has a portal as well, wherein any questions, call center backend है इस पे सब, जिसमें अगर बच्चे को during the course study any learning outcomes में issues आ रहे हैं, they can connect us. And every chapter has a learning outcomes that the child should learn what, and there are question and answers. And obviously after finishing the program, if you want to make it a profession, then they'll have to apply for an assessment with us. So next slide, please. So it's a proud movement for us that we've launched for 9th and 10th standard the school vocational education books. We've done it for beauty and wellness for class 9th and class 10th, and for class 11th and 12th also, which includes beauty, hair, makeup, nails, yoga also. In fact, yoga is the new entrant where CBSE schools and government schools have taken up yoga from us for class 11th and 12th as a profession to be taught to the students. So these are complete books which have been, which are as per the Institute of Vocational Education, Bhopal, in collaboration with them, which have been launched by BWSSC, and they are available for all the school teachers as well as the students. So the next slide.
Just 1 second.
Hanji.
Just 1 second, Ji.
Not an issue, sir.
Okay. Let me just go to the other one of yours. I will take it from.
So towards the last.
Yeah. Hanji.
Sir, no, sir, a slide before this. 2 slides before this. Before this also, sir. Before one, yeah. So next one. Hanji, we are very proud to announce here that currently in India, we've got 135 colleges across the country and 6 universities which are offering beauty and wellness courses, which are BWOC, which is a 3-year degree course, advanced diploma, which is 2 years degree diploma course, diploma, which is a 1 year, and a certificate course of 6 months. We've even started an MWOC degree course, which is a 2-year degree course. And here I would like to share with all the principals of schools and colleges and even of the interested students. These all courses have a lateral entry and a lateral exit. After doing, maybe if you've done a 9, 10th, 11th, 12th in school, which is a level 3 and level 4, you can directly join at a diploma course. You will not have to do the certificate course. So there's a lateral entry. So there's the credit system which gets developed in it and which gets transferred for the benefit of the student. And we've got international affiliations also with CDESCO, and we are in talks with City and Guild also to get the certification for our students. CDESCO is a world-renowned certification for beauty professionals, beauty and hair and spa professionals, which is applicable for all the European nations, for Southeast Asia, for Middle East Asia. A student who has a CDESCO certificate is picked up for job there and then. And we do have requirements which keep coming to us from international borders, even from cruise liners, where they pick up our students who pass out from our institutes. So the next slide. We've got an online certification which we had started. This was an initiative taken by our SSC during the COVID time frame, where we had done online trainings and online certification. And I'm proud to share here, we trained more than about 14 lakh individuals who are in this profession of beauty and wellness, who had undergone our online safety guidelines for beauty and professional workers and for their the facility where they're providing the services. And these guidelines are available in 11 Indian languages. And here, and out of the 15 lakh students who've gone through these guidelines, even 1.5 lakh students had appeared for the certification on these guidelines, and they've got an online free certification also done, out of which there are 11 nations who've picked up huge numbers out of 1.5 lakh. USA being one of the topmost, Middle East Asia, out of that UAE, the second, Europe, in Europe, it's Brazil and your Scandinavian countries, which are in number 4 and 5 and 6. So the last slide, please. We are taking a lot of initiatives on yoga. We've got 3 yoga job roles with us, and they've been made in consultation with Art of Living, Patanjali, S. Vyasya. And till date, we've trained 96,196 students under various government-funded schemes for yoga. We've got these books also developed for class 11th and 12th under CBSE board. Currently, our job roles and the courses are available with CBSE for yoga, and Samarth Shiksha, that the government schools are starting it from the next session of 21-22. There's been a development on online training of the trainer program, that the teachers training program, which is currently undergoing for Smart Shiksha schools. We've done 2 batches, and the 3rd batch again starts from Monday onwards. And we've got these participant handbooks available in 5 different languages: English, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, and Gujarati. So our aim is to have a 360-degree wellness approach. And to keep this as our theme, we had just conducted a seminar and a webinar with our Honorable Minister of Skill Development, which the title said, "Say yes to yoga and no to rogue." So this is where I would like to end my presentation on, that we all need to say yes to wellness, yes to yoga, and no to rogue, and live a happier and a fulfiller life. Thank you so much.
Wow, great, great, wonderful, wonderful. Such an exorbitant, detailed, every aspect being covered so beautifully. So, ladies and gentlemen, she mentioned 6 universities, 135 colleges. Now is the turn for schools. She had also mentioned the 11th and 12th class, particularly some job roles she talked over there. And now I was not aware of. It's an eye-opening for me and for you also, that yoga is also part of this particular sector skill council. So people, those are interested, she has mentioned Shri Ravi Shankar ji also, Patanjali also, and Delhi Yoga Institute, that Yoga Institute, Hans ji or something you made a mention.
Hanji ji, Hansama.
Okay.
Hanji.
So
Guru
that
Mahan sir.
is wonderful. So ladies and gentlemen, look smart, talk smart, walk smart, eat smart, think smart, remain positive, enjoy your life the best possible way, and move on as long as. And I'm so grateful to Ashish Bhatnagar ji from Seychelles, Professor Kampon, the president of the Wellness Association of Thailand from Bangkok, who is in this program, Dato Ramesh Kodamalji from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Mr. Anil Manocha ji from Singapore, Mr. Apit Duggar and Prema ma'am from Dubai, Anand Prakash ji from Doha, Mr. Vimal from London, and Sharad Upadhyay ji, Sumit Goyal ji, Ram Sevak Patel ji, Nasir Ali ji, Ranga Natha MA ji, Madam Padma Priya Ramkumar, and Dr. Jacob George, and Professor Dr. Devendra पाठक जी, देवेंद्र पाठक जी, मुझे पता नहीं है आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी इनके साथ एसोसिएटेड है कि नहीं है, लेकिन मैं आज अनाउंस कर रहा हूं और आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी को इमीडिएटली मोनिका बहल के साथ जुड़ना है, क्योंकि आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी मेरी इंडियन मिलिट्री एकेडमी के बिल्कुल साथ में है और आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी उत्तरांचल यूनिवर्सिटी देहरादून में immediately we have to bring it. Ma'am, are they part of yours at present, Uttaranchal?
No, sir, not right now, but yeah, I will take their contact details from you.
Yes, yeah. I would like to take them. And then in the ASEAN, we have to go with Professor Kampon in Thailand. We have to go with Dato Ramesh Kodamalji in Kuala Lumpur. We have to go with Anil Manocha ji in Singapore. And all the way we have to go via Mauritius to Seychelles with Ashish Bhatnagar ji, the principal in Seychelles, who is right over there. So with these words, my deepest regards, blessings, gratitude, and thanks to you, and very kind of you for having come and having joined us. And with these words, thanks a lot. And I moved on with the World Television Day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on, and we have got right over here. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And here comes the most handsome, a dynamic, and a creative CEO. जिंदगी ही मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट है. वो क्या है, मूवी का क्या नाम है मुझे याद नहीं. मिलेगी ना जिंदगी दोबारा, जिंदगी मिलेगी ना दोबारा, जो भी है, जो स्पेन के अंदर और मैड्रिड में शूटिंग हुई. सो लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, टुडे इज द वर्ल्ड टेलीविजन डे, and nothing could have been better for all of us and wonderful for us that Mr. Mohit Soni, the CEO of the Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council, is with us. When I think about radio, television, theater, music, films, animation, happiness, creativity, anything which comes, right from the school to the college to the university, polytechnic, ITI, only one thing which comes to my mind. As I conveyed my deep thanks to Colonel Anil Pokhriyal in the morning, we were with that Sector Skill Council for a couple of months. We moved on to Monica Bahal. She was very kind, and right on the 15th August, on Bharat ke Swatantrata Divas, ladies and gentlemen, nowadays, we are enjoying with Mr. Mohit Soni's Sector Skill Council, his people, his team, and all of them, they are doing wonderful job. Aaj ka din, wonderful day for all of us. When we are talking about Skill India Global Virtual Summit, and the people, those who have joined us, I'm so grateful to you. The day has got warmed. We started early in the morning, and as the sun is coming more bright, here comes the another son of the soil, Mr. Mohit Soni, and we are going to share the Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. Let's remove all the curtains. Let's remove everything, and let's see through the lens, and where we talk about Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council, different programs, different packages, whatever we have got. और जितने भी प्रिंसिपल इस प्रोग्राम को वॉच कर रहे हैं, we got to go with now Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council deeper, deeper and deeper. Be happy, and here is Mr. Mohit Soni.
Thank you, Gulshan ji, and I always say this, and I'll start by saying that the most difficult talk to start after your talk on earth could be felt by the energy and the passion you bring in. So there, I think whenever you hand over the mic, it takes at least 2, 4, 5 minutes for the car engine to again start to that level.
नहीं आप बहुत एनर्जेटिक हैं, बहुत डायनेमिक हैं. I've got a great love and respect for you. You're doing great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I think it's a great moment today. And first of all, let me wish everyone a World Television Day, a very happy World Television Day. It's a great day for us. And I'm sure, Gulshan ji, you, me, and many of our participants, our panelists today, would be reaping back those days, those memories when it was a big, bulky box. And now it has come to so thin a line that you can actually have your palm more thicker than the television sets which we have today. So, since it's a World Television Day, I thought it'll be a great idea. Why don't we talk a little about the world or the Indian television history, and probably then route out to other areas of media and entertainment. I'm sure, all of us would agree to those days when the first era of television started in the country. Who would forget the days in 1959 when the first bulky television set started through DD, and it was that point of time, one nation, one channel, and above all, one family. Everybody in the family used to sit and watch anything which used to come, whether it was Krishi Darshan or whether it was the circus. So 1959 to 1982, I would divide that era more from the learning experience. The industry was picking up, the television market was, trying to devise out the new methodologies, the new ways as to how probably we can enter the biggest of the biggest market, and then became the golden era from 1959 to 1982, the beginning, which primarily was from a perspective where Krishi Darshan became the biggest of the program to talk about, and I still remember, my dadajis, my nanajis used to watch even that Krishi Darshan for years and years. So I could not believe, because that was something which I didn't understood, and it was very light, very little time frame it used to be there. Then 1982 to 1992, wow, what an era! What an era we had. We had the first series called Hum Log, releasing in 1984, and then nobody could forget the Bunyad, Nukkad, Karamchand, Dekh Bhai Dekh, series by series, series after series. We saw those big blockbusters coming in, which we cannot even talk about today, and we cannot even forget about it. The Golden Memories, Chitrahar, 1982. Then came the mythological aspect of Ramayana, the Mahabharata, which actually made people sit in front of the television sets, wait for hours and hours to let that television start. And I still remember, after the episode was over, we also used to wait and discuss on what is going to be next now. So Brahmastra chalega ya Suryastra chalega, nobody was having that clue. So I think those were the days which nobody could reap back and probably talk about. So those golden years, I don't think we can even forget. You name an episode during these days, whether it was Vikram Avatal, Paramveer Chakra, whatever you can think of, those were the days when it really started. Then became the market consciousness. The market started opening up. So starting from 1992 to 2010 was the era of competition. Zee TV came in, and then followed with other partners like Sony, Home TV. Lot of other competition came in. I remember even those days when we used to think about it, it was a time when we were all hunting to see that how can Mowgli be 24/7? How can Chitrahar be 24/7? How can we have a cricket match running live on television? So I'm sure while all of us don't realize the importance of television today, and we I heard many people talking about it and saying it's an idiot box. But forget about, forgetting those days when it was and it is a connecting tool. And now imagine your life without a mobile phone and without a television. It's next to impossible. So I give due credits for whatever the development we have seen in our country, whatever the communication we have seen from top level to bottom level, whatever we have seen from becoming live cricket match to a live concert to a live music show to a Kaun Banega Karodpati. All these things have primarily shaped up and have become very popular because of one basic tool which is called television in the Indian country. And I think we could not ever think of having a life without television, whatever may happen. We may love to see our episodes, our web series on mobile phones or go to big cinema halls, but at the end of the day, the relaxing hours are always with the television. So I think that's the era which we have seen. Uh, 2020, when the entire tough time became, for all people to consider how they're going to be reshaping their life, how they're going to be taking up the next big move, uh, a strike back came. Nobody could have believed to go back on those old memories and again start seeing the Shaktimans, the Ramayanas, and the Mahabharatas. And I know that this was the time when we had the maximum TRPs which ever any show ever have had. So, with this network, with this background, I think the Indian television has taken a big leap. While the global channels may rank in around 27,000 numbers, India alone runs around 850 TV channels today, which means it's a huge market which we have penetrated in, and around 197 million households today run with a television set, which makes it a very strong communication tool, a very strong tool not just for entertainment. You look at television today, it has become a source for education, it has become a source for learning, and it has become a very strong source for communication. We see what is happening globally within a fraction of a second by our news channels which are running 24 by 7. Any big small ranji match, league match, IPL, or whatever you talk about, whether it is hockey, whether it is football, whatever, it becomes very easy to approach those things with one television set. I think Pro Kabaddi was one initiative which television took, and it make our game popular globally. So I think, when we look into the strength of this television, it has gone multifold, it has increased rapidly. And I strongly believe that if we today on this World Television Day all take a kind of a swear saying that yes, we would like to spend our time with television, and always would like to comment and give feedback to various broadcasters, how can this tool or how can this television set probably be used much more in an advanced way. So I think that's what I would have commented on television. While it has given a big bust to the media and entertainment industry, and I see huge possibilities with these OTT channels coming in now, where the opportunities for small filmmakers, small time movie makers has grown tremendously high. So Gulshanji, when we talk about the big chunk of the media and entertainment, and one industry which has never got affected, but over the past 20-30 years we have seen it constantly growing and is always named as a sunrise industry, is media and entertainment. Now it becomes a very powerful and a very strong, but a very, I would say, strong, very challenging role for a council like Media and Entertainment Skills Council, which covers 12 subsectors of the media and entertainment industry, to bring all the stakeholders in connect with each other. Because when we talk about something which is growing rapidly, also needs the feeding to be done in the adequate and the effective way. Which means when the industry is growing, the demand for the talent is certainly going to grow. And we have seen that. Over the years, we have seen how the industry has shaped from one channel to 870 channels. We have seen how we have broadcasted from one radio channel to multiple radio channels today, from one newspaper to multiple multiple newspapers today. I don't even know how many magazines we can talk about which are circulated every day in the country today. So that's the power which media and entertainment has brought in. I am sure each of us are missing those days when we used to go to a picture hall, or when we used to go to a water park or a theme park or an amusement park, and used to enjoy that lavish time, that pleasure of being there with our family, with our companions, with our friends, and really enjoy it. So that's the way the media and entertainment industry has shaped up. As a council, like my other colleagues earlier in the session, Colonel Pokhriyal and Ms. Monica Bahal have already emphasized on how a sector skill council has been devised, what numbers we have. The major importance which I see as a sector council, which we have been empowered, entrusted, and believed to take forward, is to see that we are a bridge between the industry and the academia, which means that we are able to match something which industry needs by fueling in it from our training partners. And that's where the major role of our sector council comes in. The council is chaired by our honorable and most eminent filmmaker in the country today, Mr. Subhash Ghai. It has veterans from various other subsectors of the media and entertainment who comes in, who actually handholds us, guides us, and mentors us to take this to the next level of understanding the industry in and out, bringing in a collage and a diversified environment of creating those programs which are the need of the present and the future. So when we look at this industry, by and large, Gulshanji, I would say the industry has seen lot of advancements, not in just form of technology, not in just form of equipments, not in just form of the requirements which have been coming, but even from a thought perspective. The big challenge which comes in when a person releases a movie is that the movie might have been made 1 year or 2 year back from now, or would have been a work in progress for 1 year, 2 year back from now, but then it has to sell for the audience in the present time, which means if the subject of that movie is not relevant while it was being made for a period of 1 year to now, it makes it completely move out of the market with no revenue being earned, which leaves a very, very big scope for all our media entertainment professionals to think creative, to be a strong observer, to be a guy who has a strong analytical skills, who understands the human psychology, and also someone who knows how to show something in a more passionate, in a more creative, but in a very lighter format, so that every audience can understand. I remember the discussion while I was having one day with Subhaji. Gulshan ji, he classified the theater into a very, very different environment altogether. He said, when we used to release a movie, there were three categories of audience we used to have. The first one was the front benchers. Now, those front benchers may not be the best benchers in the classroom, but the least paying ones. So these first benchers were the ones who might look at movie from a different angle. Then there was a second group of people who were sitting in between, not the front benchers and not the pavilion walas. So they may have a very different mindset. And then there is a high income group people who are sitting in a pavilion or in a balcony watching the movie. So one movie addressing three categories of people, and we want it to be a super hit. No wonder only a person like Subhashji could have given so many hits which we have in the country today, because he comes from such a diversified background, from such a eminent mindset, that he does not look in from a perspective of what is the requirement for today, but also from the future. And that is why he has also been a very seasoned educationist. So when we talk about this industry, by and large, it requires those people who are creative, who are passionate, who don't give up, because times may not be good all the time. Your career progression may take ups and downs with the way you as an entrepreneur may graduate, but those who don't give up and actually live in for this industry to give something back to the society. I think that's the most important thing which we all as a media entertainment professional believe in, that while anything and everything like name and fame would follow, but the moment there is a give back approach to this community, the industry has really shaped up. And when we talk about the bigger challenges which we see today, I would say the bigger challenge is in the form of getting the right talent and getting the right people skilled and trained in line with what we need from the industry. And that is where we have been working very closely with a lot of schools, a lot of universities, a lot of colleges, vocational training partners, to inherit and build in a culture of bringing skills into the education, which is the formal side of it. So I don't want media and entertainment industry or the media and entertainment sector primarily to be talked only as a co-curricular activity, which we have been thinking from last old days. I remember none of us would go back and say no to a painting which we created in our school days, having a now, a mountain, a sun, and a river flowing in, to the first aeroplane we made using a paper. So I think art, craft, media, drawing, painting, sketching, dancing, music is something which we have been doing. We never realized how big opportunities lie in there. And I think that's what we now wish to inform, bring into awareness, bring into knowledge, and incorporate as a very serious kind of a training program in all the areas of formal and vocational education. And this is something which the council has really been working on over the last couple of years. And to be very honest to you, I'm very happy with the way, we have been able to reach across and build our community of vocational partners, the colleges, the academic partners, and they have been very openly supporting it now. Because nevertheless, whether it was 10 years from now, whether it is 10 years from now, they have realized that this is one sector which has tremendous opportunities, not just one of the most high paying sectors in the country today, where people are paid per second of animation, not per month of a salary, to someone who is also in front of the camera and to someone who's also behind the camera, brings in tremendous kind of possibilities for them to set up either their own ventures, to either be an employee, gradually move on to a higher level, and then lead the way for building up the next generation of skilled professionals. So I think the biggest challenge which we are trying to overcome is to fresh skill, upskill, and then reskill. And this is one thing where the government has really been supporting all the sector skill councils, the entire education system, particularly from the skilling perspective of it. I don't see any other government which has taken skilling to that seriousness in the country the way this government has taken. And this is one big initiative taken by the government in not just defining a skill ministry, which is Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, but also building a value chain by creating SSCs, by creating bodies like NSDC, NCVT, and other allied bodies, which have actually contributed a huge and a significant amount to build up the skilling ecosystem. So today, if you want to learn something, whether it is in media, whether it is in beauty, whether it is in management, in agriculture, there are several schemes which are promoted by the government to support people and give them an opportunity to get skilled, to get certified under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and headway towards the career which they would look forward as a dream opportunity for them. So I think, if you look into it, a very well structured model of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, which has been initiated, has been a grand success for the skilling ecosystem. And it has not just skilled people, but has also been a kind of a gate opener for the industry to hire people who are skilled and certified at the same time, which means that the industry is also gaining a lot of confidence through the Sector Skill Council certification that yes, here is somebody which has already done the pre-screening and has taken up all those measures which are required to bring this candidate from a fresher to somebody who is ready to be deployed in the industry and to be utilized from the day one. So I think that's the way the sector councils have matured. That's the way the sector councils have actually been able to bring a kind of contribution to both the academic institutions and the industry. And I foresee that with COVID all said and done, whether we think it from a very negative perspective, but it has opened tremendous possibilities for a communication which is digital now, which means I today can bring in a professor from US or from Canada or from Australia or from Japan or anywhere to communicate and deliver something which is going to be a global kind of a perspective to look at. I think no individual could have thought of it in such a serious manner, which people would have started realizing during the last 8, 9, 10 months. And I see, Gulshanji, your sessions every day, 1 to 2 sessions, which goes across, lakhs of people joining in and thousands of participants so far, is a great, tremendous exercise to support this ecosystem, to support this education environment and empower it by bringing in not just academicians and industry professionals, but deliver something which is a value for the society and the community to look at. I really thank you for that. And, ICSI has always been a support backing us, and I would love to have that going along with us all the way. But at the same point of time, together we can certainly bring a big change, and I see that as a big possibility. While we would also have to make this youth realize at the same point of time the seriousness of adopting digital tools, digital learning as not a I would rather not use this word, but I would have to that, a time pass, but something which is giving them a uniqueness to learn at their own convenience, at their own pace. Nobody could have thought of going back and forward and revising the lectures the way we could have with our sessions, with our delivery of our programs. And I think this gives an opportunity for candidates also to learn something, or to get skilled, or to get trained, or to get educated with something which they would have felt a slight discomfort. If I would have been going back 15 years from now, I struggled badly with maths. Now, if I would have been given an opportunity to watch math, uh, modules by different experts, I am sure I would have scored, if not 100 out of 100, at least 90 out of 100. So I think this opens real tremendous opportunities, and at the same point of time, huge career opportunities for content development, because content has become the key today. Content has been the king. Uh, Now you have more channels and you have less content. There was a time when you had more content and less places to showcase. It has actually changed, which means the call for developing content, irrespective of which language you talk about, or without language you talk about, or with music or without music you talk about, has grown tremendous. You consume content like anything today. You can't live without your WhatsApp even for 1 hour. So forget, if you can't live without your WhatsApp for 1 hour, you cannot live without the greetings on your birthday coming on WhatsApp. You will feel very bad if there is no greeting. So I think the way the communication has started, it has opened multiple arms. We all talk about the Netflixes, the Hotstars, the Z5s of the world, but we all know that some or the way, I don't know about you, Gulshanji, but I have heard from people saying that yaar ab to content hi nahi bacha dekhne ke liye. Which means that in the last 8-9 months, they have been the biggest consumers of the content. उन्होंने novel के जैसे, comic के जैसे पूरा Z5, Hotstar सब देख डाला है. And every day they are eager to see कि अब नया कब आने वाला है. So I think that's the way the content consumption has started in the country, and whether we like it, we dislike it, whether we agree, we disagree, but we have got habitual to it. We have got adapted to it. So till the time your phone doesn't give a bing on your mobile, or you don't see a new series every week or every month, you would not feel very comfortable. So to create that, we need good creative professionals, good creative artists to come in. Now, after a movie is created, you need to tell the world about it, which means you need people who can convey it. You need strong advertising guys, you need strong marketing people. And this is where digital marketing experts, digital marketing programmers, our search engine guys, our social media activists comes in and probably plays a big role. So if I look in from defining a sketch on the paper, to a caricature, to a photograph which is converted from black and white to a colored photograph, to a film strip, to a radio jingle, to a newspaper, to a magazine, to a theme park, to a water park, you name it. You can't even believe the opportunities which exist in this media and entertainment industry. And the youth has to start getting more aware about it. There are more serious opportunities which they can see apart from the traditional streams. And I don't know whether we have observed it or not, but now out of 800 or 900 universities which we talk about in our country today, over 300 universities have shown partnering interest with MESC to start working on media programs, which means that the universities are starting adopting the media and entertainment as a model to be incorporated. Schools have been coming back to us and saying, how can we offer with the new education policy, the skill-oriented media program starting from class 6th? And it's not just about learning, it's about entertaining yourself. It's about creating something which you love and which can be there with you for a lifetime. I think that's what the media and entertainment sector comes in and gives you an opportunity to not be retired at any age. But I remember when it was being asked by one of the journalists to an animator, what is your retiring age? He said, till the time I can hold the mouse in my hand. So that's the age we retire. But even after he would have stopped holding the mouse in his hand, his mind would have been working. He would have been a guy to demonstrate new creative ideas to the next generation of people. So I think that's the fundamental thing which we have to look in. I would say the industry has opened up in a significant way. The industry is calling in the people, the freshers, whether experts, whether professionals, whether people who are working in different domains, whether there are engineering graduates, management graduates, science graduates, it doesn't matter to our industry. I would give you another example, Gulshanji, here. We were working on one game which required a lot of particles, a lot of clash happening, rocks falling from the mountains, cars flying from here and there, like you see in Rohit Shetty's films. So there was a game which was being plotted, and this gentleman called me and he said, "Do you have people who are good engineering graduates who have undertaken a media program or a VFX or an animation program?" I said, "Is there any specific reason?" He said, "Because they understand gravity much better than a creative guy would do. They understand dynamics, they understand particles much better because that is something which they have learned over the period of time." So, you look into the most biggest of the platform we talk about today in online learning, Byju's. When you go back and you look into the fundamental thing, they have been hiring a lot of subject matter experts and grooming them on media programs to make them someone who's not just a subject matter expert but also proficient in using those tools. So I would say this industry does not only link those people who are dreaming to be in this industry, but also have an opportunity for those people who have not so far realized that there is a bathroom singer inside them. There is a hidden talent inside them. There is a good piano player, a good violin player, or maybe even a desk player or a tabla player inside them who have not realized it. So I think this is something which we can call for. It does not require you to give your full-time dedication. There are huge opportunities for freelancing, which means even if you dedicate your Sundays and Saturdays for 2 to 4 hours, I can bank on it, you will earn much more than the salaries you are earning today if you become a seasoned professional in this area. So I think that's the opportunity. That's the way I look at it, Gulshanji. And with this World Television Day, I would really go back and would say that why don't all of us see Doordarshan today, at least for 1 hour, all of us, which gives us the feel of sitting together as a family and making it one nation, one family, one channel, even if it is for 1 hour, and not having multiple television in your households where the families become more of disconnected even after having such a wonderful tool called television in our house. So I think we have to give our gratitude and our kind of a well wish to the television segment, which has grown so powerful today. And if it grows in the similar lines, I am sure not just opportunities will knock our door, but will also bring lot of career opportunities for students to look at it as an exciting platform and conquer the world globally. Thank you, Gulshanji, for this opportunity, and I thank ICSI for giving me this platform to talk about.
Thank you. Wonderful. I've got a few important milestones to discuss with you. Something very, very important. Subhash Ghai is the chairman of the Sector Skill Council. With him, with the present Chief Minister of Punjab, we organized a very big function in the JW Marriott's, where the keynote was delivered by Subhash Ghai. And in the evening, there was a special celebrations and award and the reward ceremony when the Pranji was also alive, Devananji was also alive, Om Puriji was also alive, Mahendra Kapoorji was also alive. It was a wonderful program. I think this is the most opportune time that your Sector Skill Council should take up few of the ITI or Polytechnic tie-up which should be dedicated for media entertainment industry. That is something very important. I would request you, because Punjab youth, now why I'm sharing, there is another milestone. The outcome of that conference was that in the history of India, for the first time, our chamber with Subhash Ghai, with then the Chief Minister and present Chief Minister, we brought media entertainment Bollywood facilitation cell in Chandigarh. Why not all the Bollywood movies, whatsoever is coming up? Media entertainment sector still can play a very important role because Punjabi youth, either they are interested to go to Canada or they are interested to get into media entertainment industry. So there is a golden opportunity which can be done over there. That is one take. Second take, which I would like to request you, my deep gratitude and thanks to you and my blessings to you as an elder. You're doing a great job. You're doing a wonderful job. 4 days in the evening, 5 o'clock is a prime time. 5 o'clock is a prime time. 5 to 6 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days we are doing a program with Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council at this point of time. We want to continue this series till 15th of August. भारत के स्वतंत्रता दिवस तक बहुत सारे युवक युवतियां आजाद हों और मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल के साथ ये 4 दिन का हमारा कार्यक्रम, क्योंकि बच्चे इस इंडस्ट्री में आना चाहते हैं, बच्चों की खुशियां, बच्चों की हैप्पीनेस। और आप कुछ प्रिंसिपल को भी आज बता दीजिए थोड़ा सा, हाउ डू दे रीच यू, those are interested to start program with Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council.
Thank you, Gulshan ji, and I think your inputs very well taken on ITIs, polytechnics, and also we would look forward to bring in most eminent professional speakers, as in the requirement is being shared, and would love to continue this series. And I think it's a great opportunity for us as well to continue it for a long term, because then not just the reach will increase, but will also bring a lot of information, a lot of insights for people to get in.
I got a request from Canada, Mr. Soni. You are Mohit Soni. He is Mr. Soni. His initials are different. He is the one who organized Punjabi Film Fair Awards in Toronto. He approached me and he discussed with me. He says, through your chamber, because why I want to bring on the records, 1994, our chamber was the first which started with Punjabi Parvasi Divas, and that gave the birth in 2003 to Bharatiya Parvasi Divas. 30 million NRIs, those are abroad. And most of the people, those are watching on this gadget today and linked up right from Dubai, Sharjah, Kuwait, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Middle East, Central Asia, and people are joining us from the different countries today on this particular program. These 30 million people, if something which binds them with India, the largest, and that is the media entertainment industry, they wait for a regional movie, whether it's a Telugu movie or it's a Tamil movie or it's a Hindi movie or it's a Punjabi movie, whatsoever is there, Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council with our chamber can bring a new dimension to the whole universe and to the globe.
I agree with you, sir, and I think that's one possibility and opportunity which we would certainly like to explore with ICSI, and in particular with Dr. Gulshan Sharma, who has always been a supporter for MEPSC. So I think that's one big thing. Now, going back to your second point on principles, we are a website called mepscindia.org. You can connect with me anytime. My email ID is mohit.soni@mepscindia.org. I will share that over the connects as well, as Gulshan ji would like me to. But if we talk about in particular to the school principals, I would say there is a great opportunity for all of you to go through with our portal called Vidyadan, vidyadan.net. This is one platform which we have created as a brainchild of our Honorable Chairman Sri Subhashji. And under his leadership, we have conducted series of informative sessions by eminent experts, not just from India, but even internationally. These are free sessions, and anybody could go in on our YouTube channel or go onto this portal or vidyadan.net and explore those informative knowledge sessions, informative intelligence sessions, which probably could be utilized. At the same point of time, we have another product called Creative Warriors. These are short duration training modules which we have created, and some of these training modules are very, very cost effective, while most of them are again free for you to learn and get skilled. We are also coming up with something called as a skill competition, which we would like to revolve around and see the entire country youth participates. This is a big competition which we are aiming to do sometime in the month of March, but we would be launching the registrations by end of December sometime. So that's another big thing which each and every one of you could look forward to come and participate and compete in. This can also be a big platform for you, because those people who are going to be the winners, or those people who are going to be the participants, could also explore the possibility of participating in something which is called as World Skills Competition, which happens across the network of 82 partnering countries in World Skills every 2 years. So the next one is going to happen in 2022 in Shanghai, while it was earlier proposed in 21. Because of the COVID, it has been delayed. But it's a great opportunity for all of you to go through with these portals, go through with these websites. And in particular, I request all the school principals, all the academicians who are hearing with us in this session, to see if some ways the Vidyadan and the Creative Warrior link can be shared with the network of your students, with the network of your school teachers. We would be more than happy to conduct free training programs for your teachers to be groomed and upskilled, so that they can probably go back and make the kids learn much better in a much more effective way. Please let us know if any of you are interested, and I would be more than happy to bring in some free opportunities for the schools and us to combinedly some ways bring the awareness about digital literacy, digital marketing, digital advertising, filmmaking, creative side of it across the network, across the chain of those youths who are still under the peer pressure, looking at only those opportunities, only those careers which have either been known by ages of ages, or probably because their friends are joining there under some or the other pressure. So I think this is one opportunity which we can give to our kids, make them informed about the media and entertainment career at an early stage, and then let them decide, no matter whether they become the creative artist of tomorrow as a professional or not, but as a media and entertainment aspirant, as a media and entertainment learner, one thing I can commit you, that they would be most creative, most sophisticated people who understands and have an intention to some ways contribute to the society, because they would know how to observe, how to analyze, and how to demonstrate something which could be of mass interest. So I think this is one area which I would request all of you to come in and support the council and take it to the next level.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the CEO of the Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. जिंदगी में हम सबको खुशी चाहिए, हैप्पीनेस चाहिए, म्यूजिक चाहिए, डांस चाहिए, सब कुछ चाहिए, और पढ़ाई के साथ साथ, और मैं तो ये कहता हूँ, and whenever I think about it, the classroom is where teacher is the actor, students are the audience, classroom is a theater, audio visual is coming up. Let's make the best use of it. मेरी एज में मैं हमेशा सोचता हूं कुछ देना ही देना है, लेना क्या है, देश से है प्यार तो हर पल ये कहना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत की रहना चाहिए, सिलसिला ये बाद मेरे यूं ही चलना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत की रहना चाहिए. Media entertainment is the integral part of our soul, spirit, happiness, living, day-to-day life. That should be the passion. That is the way we should think about it. God bless you, Mohit Soni ji. We are proud of you. We are proud of your efforts. We are proud of your team. And we are proud of your creativity. May God bless you. Thank you very much for coming today. आपकी सारी टीम को, सब लोगों को हमारी तरफ से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. और इस यात्रा में 15 अगस्त 2021 तक, भारत के स्वतंत्रता दिवस तक, हमारा चेंबर आपके साथ मंडे, ट्यूसडे, वेंसडे, थर्सडे. भूलिएगा नहीं, सारे प्रिंसिपल शाम को 5 बजे, जितने भी टीचर, जितने भी वॉरियर्स, जितने भी क्रिएटर्स, जितने भी हैं, अरे भाई मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट तो लाइफ ही है, लाइफ ही मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट है. लेट्स एंजॉय द लाइफ एंड दैट्स द वे वी लुक एट माय डॉटर, माय सन, माय रिलेटिव, माय वाइफ. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, आज टाइम कम है, बात नहीं कर सकता. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म गवर्नमेंट के टाइम में किस तरीके से सुरभि और बहुत सारी चीजें शुरू हुई, सब कुछ इस यात्रा में आगे चलेगा. वी ऑल विल डू कपल ऑफ थिंग्स टुगेदर. 4 दिन हफ्ते में हम चाहते हैं कि आपकी सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल के साथ शाम को 5 बजे प्रोग्राम रहे, डिफरेंट थीम्स के ऊपर, डिफरेंट एरियाज के ऊपर, और सब चीजों को हम लेकर चले। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आपको बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद, आपकी सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल को हमारी तरफ से बहुत ब्लेसिंग। एंड सुभाष गई जी, जहां पर भी आप हैं, उस दिन को, उस वक्त को हम लोग दोनों याद करें जिस दिन भी ब्रॉट द एंटायर बॉलीवुड फैसिलिटेशन सेल टू द नॉर्दर्न इंडिया एंड द बॉलीवुड एंटायर थिंग। पंजाब के बच्चे या तो कनाडा में है या मीडिया एंटरटेनमेंट सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल में है। ले चलिए, इन बच्चों को बाहर जाने की बजाय, रुलने की बजाय, इनको एक डायरेक्शन दे दीजिए, और आपका विद्यादान का कार्यक्रम आप लोगों का बहुत अच्छा है। We pray to Almighty it should move on, it should take on further. आपकी सारी टीम को हमारी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। Thanks for coming, thanks for your valuable time. Wonderful to have you. You're always so inspirational and motivational to all of you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you very much. और पीछे अभी मैडम वेट कर रही हैं चेन्नई से। Pleasure to have you with us. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, and it's such a pleasure to have us with ma'am Padma Priya Ramkumar ji, and you are from the Goldmate Services, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So we should say Vanakkam, and when we say Vanakkam, so from there, yes. So we start with Vanakkam, and such a beautiful state, such a beautiful people. And when we were talking about Bollywood and Bollywood, we should talk about Tollywood also. Now all the way coming from there, because आप लोगों ने कितना कुछ दिया है पूरा इंडस्ट्री को, सब चीजों को, सब कुछ. So ladies and gentlemen, she is going to talk about how transforming the skills landscape in India can take place. आप लोग अपनी चाय भी साथ में ले लो, और कुछ कॉफी भी आपको तमिलनाडु से आ रही है. We all can have our own digital coffee, we can enjoy, and we can talk to each other, and we can discuss. So, ma'am, I would request you kindly take on the floor.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, I should thank you, Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, and all the other dignitaries present in this particular session, because I see all of them are from NSDCs, SSCs, and CEOs of, skill development councils, and you from ICSI. But offbeat, I'm from Goldmate Services, and thank you so much for the opportunity. So right from the morning, it was a Saturday well spent, and I've been listening to all the talk, very inspiring, and I have few ideas to share in the session, which I think will definitely contribute to all those people who are really interested and really, have that passion to encourage and develop the skills in this country and take our youth and this entire country to the next level. So my topic for the day is going to be transforming the skill landscape of India. Can you see my slides, sir? Am I loud and clear?
Yeah, perfectly fine, ma'am. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Now, the reason I'm so fascinated, my friends, about this topic and all those people who are watching right now, when we speak about skill development, there are so many, bureaucracies, policies, people from, different dignitaries working on the skill development of this country and all over the globe. But when we speak about skill development, one of the most prominent things to consider is the landscaping of it. How do you basically, keep the skill development intact so that it transcends across different levels of people in the country? For example, if you take India, India is one country where you see people with different skill levels. There are people who are not much exposed to skill development yet and still trying hard to make both ends meet. But there are equally on the other side, the extremes, where people are highly skilled. They know what they are doing and they take this country to the next level. And this entire initiative, what ICSI and NSDC and the government body of India, the Prime Minister's skill development, the opportunities that we have got, private sectors, what everybody together coming here and we are trying is, how do we transform and create a landscape so that the skill set is transcended across or equally to all the people of this country? Now, keeping this objective in mind, I have few core ideas to discuss. Now, I'm so glad, Gulshan ji, I hope you're there. Yes. So when I got this topic, and I'm really, really thankful, Dr. Gulshan Sharma and Mr. Amit for giving me this topic, because the core ideas on this particular topic, sir, is being very intact. We're going to talk about three important things. Number one is the need for skill development. See, how much ever we speak about media, we spoke about beauty and wellness in the morning, the entrepreneurship, what Mr. Anil spoke for the rural development of this country. One thing is, everybody who is right now watching this live session, or you're going to watch it later, the most important aspect that we have to imbibe is, why do we need this in the first place? Why so much we talk about skill development and how it's going to impact the Gen Z and the next generation of this country? So we're going to talk about a little bit the need and where should be the focal point when we speak about skill development. And number two, of course, why do we develop skills? End of the day, people need careers. People need to become entrepreneurs or employees. They should be employable. And students who pass out of colleges and universities should somehow end up in placements. And they need to have a promising career paths to them. So how do you transcend from getting a skill and translating it to a placement is going to be our second focal point of discussion. And finally, of course, without rural India, India is not India. Now, how do we develop the skill sets of the rural development is also going to be our third focus point of discussion. And the center thing is going to be, how do we bring this digital aspects? I'm super glad because I'm right now in Chennai and people are signing in from pan-India level. And you're saying we also have audiences internationally. Look at how...
Abroad, overseas also.
Yeah. So look at the best thing about technology is sitting in your own home, sitting in your own offices, the amount of connection we are able to establish, the amount of learnings that we can learn is phenomenal. And we're going to place this digital learning in center when you're going to talk about all the skill development in the session. My friends, every single person who is watching this, including the SSCs and people who are, actively involved in skill development of this country, one of the core aspects, see, the moment we hear this word skill development, we connect it with occasional training. So some of the, or I would say 70% of the time, we connect skill development to job opportunities, placements, either someone becoming a small business owner or an entrepreneur. So this entire word skill development is directly connected only to the career path of an individual. But the thing that I want to bring to notice or attention to all the listeners and dignitaries here is, see, as a nation, there's another aspect of skill development that we want to focus on. And that, I would say, is definitely going to be the word that you're seeing right now on the screen. See, the need for self-development is the future generation of this country should be readily available and feel competent to face the challenges that are thrown at them. For that, they need more self-esteem. See, especially people from government schools, government colleges, or people, from diversified background in this country. Even sometimes we think a kid who is going to the premium university in this country or abroad will be of high self-esteem. No. See, sometimes when we look at these NEET results and kids killing themselves, is a very evidence that there has to be a very big focus on the self-esteem aspect of skill development. So whilst we focus on getting job opportunities and do vocational training, the base of skill development should be enhancing the self-esteem of individuals in this country. Come what may, whatever be the challenges, the entire country should be prepared enough and should feel competent that we are able to face the challenges. See, right now, COVID has taught us one thing. You can plan so much in life, but it's always, some or the other challenge thrown at you. And people who are thriving right now and at this moment are those who are, having this increased self-esteem within. Do you agree to this point of view, Mr. Gulshanji? Does that make sense to you? Yes?
Yes.
So a very core, especially kids in school, high schools, middle schools, universities, colleges, right from their communication skills to express their ideas, to stand in front of people and to do whatever they are planning to do in their heads. One of the core quality they got to develop and one of the core skills that should become the DNA of them is self-esteem. So whatever skill development programs that we are planning as part of ICSI or NSDC, media and communications, beauty and wellness, anything could be the topic, but the fundamental foundation and the need for going that is, once you have a skill, your esteem is different. The confidence you have on yourself is different. The opportunities you will go and expose yourself to is very different. And I strongly, strongly believe we got to do much more good job in enhancing the self-esteem of kids in this country, in enhancing the opportunities and making them feel competent is also very, very necessary as and when we plan to treat or train them on occasion or a job. The second aspect, speaking of the need for self-improvement or skill development as such, is skill development should also contribute to the future generations, how to begin with the end in mind. See, for example, right now I'm just doing this particular session from a building. Nobody just like that brought bricks and built this building. Initially, they had a blueprint in hand. Everything that was there in the blueprint became a reality today. And I'm sitting here and conversing with you, Mr. Dr. Gulshan ji, and all the people who are watching this session right now. Which means if you want to execute something successfully, you got to have a blueprint in hand. Of course, there has been so much of planning that has gone inside in creating the curriculum for skill development. But the vision of this end in the mind should be translated to the kids who are pursuing the skill development. What happens is sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, I think including me and Dr. Gulshan ji, you will also be able to relate to this. See, once we become 3 years old, our parents put ourselves in school. We just go, then without much of vision in my mind, what I'm going to become. See, when your teacher comes and asks in the class, we would say, yes, I want to become a doctor or an engineer, or I want to become an actor, or, an IAS officer. We have this goal in mind, but having a clarity blueprint in hand is something that's pretty much missing with all the kids. I coach a lot of kids who are from abroad universities, who have finished their masters and still not able to decide which should be my career path. Where should they are talented, they are skilled, but they lack clarity. So another important need of skill development has to be a vision blueprint for each of the kids while they are in their middle and high school, so that they know that I'm going to go in this path, so that they have some concrete clarity in their vision, and that will give them some foresight for their growth. Does that make sense to you, Dr. Gulshan? It is, right? Yeah. So another important aspect. So speaking of the need, of course, job opportunities, entrepreneurship being the backbones of skill development, the foundation should definitely be increasing the self-esteem of every individual in this country, so that we can stand in par excellence with the global opportunities that are thrown at us. And another thing is, right from the middle school or the high school level, the kids should be exposed to the vision of their life, the clarity of what they're going to pursue. At least they must have the exposure to the level of opportunities that are available to them. So that brings us to the end of the first core idea, the need of skill development. And when we landscape across India, across divisions, even it could be for teachers, trainers, college kids, university kids, masters, kids who are doing masters, or mid-level, high school level, primary level kids, one of the most foundational aspect would be the training need analysis. We're going to train them, but before that we need to analyze the needs. And I strongly believe these two become a very, very primal need for someone to understand. When they sit inside that skill development training room, they'll be able to gain the maximum when they know that this is going to increase their self-esteem and make them competent to face the challenges. And number two, this entire development or the skill training that they're going to take up will definitely give them some clarity about the end, about the vision for their growth. Now, keeping this in mind, how do we actually enhance it in our younger generation? How do we basically take them from skilling to placement? My friends, every single person who's watching this session right now, I would say the one word is exposure. We live in a country where there are kids who are with maximum exposure. See, before me, our friend Mr. Mohit Soni was speaking about Byju's, digital marketing, social media. You have your LinkedIn, your learning platforms, your Udemy. There are kids who are exposed right from their high school, mid-school level to all these opportunities. There are kids who go to public speaking classes when they are young so that they feel confident to express themselves when an opportunity is thrown at them. There are kids who go to coding classes with White Hat Junior and all the other players in the market. Today there are kids who are highly exposed and they have knowledge, but 70% of this country needs more exposure. You know why? A lot of times, even though so many private sector training companies and the public sector training fraternities coming together, doing extensive curriculum, doing arrangements, giving free trainings and knowledge and gyan, irrespective of all this, when we measure and come to the numbers, we still see most of the kids when they pass out of college and university are still not employable. And the reason is only one thing: they are not exposed enough to position them as employable. I mean, their employability skill development hasn't got enough exposure right from the beginning. And one of the key components, if you have to transcend a student or even an individual from skilling to placement, they need to have enough exposure and they have to be informed about how many opportunities have I got from the place that I'm standing today. Right now, I am addressing this Skill India Virtual Global Summit, and I'm very, very honored to share the stage with Dr. Gulshan Sharma and all the other dignitaries. This is an opportunity. But unless I got an exposure, unless I have the nerve to go figure out, find out, and make myself a speaker, I could rather watching a Netflix movie right now. Now, what is the differentiating factor is you as an individual ability to find where can I expose myself? How do I go and meet people who will contribute to my growth? How will I expose myself to the knowledge bases which will actually enhance my skill set? Right from the mid-school level, at every growing stage, every individual in this country needs to have extensive information about what level of exposure they can get, so that all the skilling that they go through, they'll be able to connect the dots. Otherwise, they attend a class, they get a certificate, but they don't know where to use the certification and qualification in the first place, because fundamentally they lack exposure towards the placement from the skilling that they've got. And I think a considerable amount of energy, focus, and material should be invested in creating this exposure across all the sects of the people inside this country. That's a very, very important pointer that I believe. And how to do this? How can we enable this? Any change that we speak about, there should be some starting point. And I'm here to suggest my idea that I feel could contribute a little. But all the viewers who are watching, you can also comment, because this is going live in YouTube. I think you can also contribute your ideas. And all the universities, dignitaries who are watching from NSDC or colleges, people, you can also think in line. How to connect?
I will take your permission to insert for a second.
Yes, sir.
I would request all the viewers in India and overseas from different countries, wherever you are watching from, kindly post your views on the YouTube link which we have given to you. You can just come on Dr. Gulshan Sharma's page. You can come on GS Motivator. Because she's giving a wonderful inputs to all of us. I'm getting mesmerized and I'm getting so motivated, because she is talking from her soul and spirit and with the total dedication. We all should participate, and that is the way it gives energy and strength to the speaker. Please go ahead, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Because as Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji said right now, when ideas merge, you don't know where opportunities will give birth to. So I would also request all of you to throw in some ideas into this. But see, one of the key challenges as we speak about skill development is, how do I connect and create a workforce which actually matches the industry need? Right from, see, today, everybody in this country, I can at least say 80% of this country is exposed to smartphones. Everybody is having them in their hand, and internet and Wi-Fi with Geo in place. Now, it has become, a birthright to everybody, and the government is trying hard enough to reach out this internet and Wi-Fi and all this connectivity to the rural parts of India too. Now, people who have access to internet, people who are introduced themselves to digitization of this world, one thing we can get started is use the social media and the online platforms as our international platform to connect with the global world. See, today, with your hashtag, in an Instagram, you're not just reaching, see, right now I'm sitting in Chennai, but I can post, and this post, if it has a material which can be in sync with someone sitting in a Denmark or in some part of Europe or in the America, just with an hashtag, I can reach out to global audience. Today, if you have an account in LinkedIn, you're exposed to industry experts all by yourself. Now, all these social media platforms, unfortunately, we think they are time wasters. We think it's all just to scroll and watch some videos and lose track of time, but not exactly. While there is a sect of people who are using social media as a consumer, there is equally another sect of people who are exploiting social media and all these digital platforms to grow their business, to grow their knowledge, to keep themselves uplifted and elevated in their skill sets. And right from school, kids should be given right directions how to use the social media. When you put a video, right now we are doing this live session. Imagine kids coming and doing a debate on live about what they feel about a curriculum or a subject or their opportunities. If kids can do such projects right from their school, where they're exposed to speaking in public, where they use all these platforms to enhance their knowledge, where, see, knowledge today has become the free be everywhere. See, right now, even in the last session, Mr. Mohit Soni was saying, if you are willing to learn, the teachers are ready to appear. Today, there are so many passionate people standing out there to really help this country and the youth of this country. Only thing is, you got to expose yourself to the right place, to the right audience, so that you grab all these opportunities and enhance your knowledge. So social media is going to play a very vital role, and online courses today, any skill with just a phone in your hand can be learned. You want to learn photography, you want to learn about media, you want to learn about health, you want to learn about anything, just going to right platforms. There are hundreds and numerous free courses available to enhance your knowledge and apply that skill set. So all those people who are watching this, we have to pay a lot of attention how we use this digital platform for ourselves to enhancing our character, our personality, our viewpoints and perspectives, so that we become in par with the global audience as well. So that's another pointer to the students or universities or people who are, directly in contact with students in the colleges and schools, can take this information to your kids and tell them, use it wisely. It's connecting the world. Use social media wisely. Use it to enhance your knowledge. Use it to become empowered rather than wasting time. And become a very, outspoken person. Express your views. And then from there, once ideas come into life, there could be someone giving you opportunity, and that's where projects grow on. So I strongly believe in connecting with the industry experts, social media. And see, today, imagine right now I have sent you a friend request, a connection request in LinkedIn, Dr. Gulshan Sharma. And this became possible because I saw you today. I searched your name in LinkedIn and I'm able to connect with a person. Now, you can really talk with a live person today with all these access. And if we don't exploit it to our benefit, we are missing something big time. And all those people who have immediate contact with students or, all these SSCs, the skill councils that we talk about, should take this message and tell children, tell kids, use this wisely, right from your beginning stages, so that, you leverage these platforms for your benefit. And the next thing is, of course, another challenge that we see, in spite of doing so many skill development programs, the employability is still not par, is because there is no right collaboration between trainers and teachers. I have trained in multiple universities. I have given talks in multiple universities. I go and run sessions in corporates, I being a trainer myself. But many times when we enter a college or a university, we are not interacting with the teachers who actually interact with the kids on a day-to-day basis. So like we as an external faculties go inside to talk about something for a day or two and we come out. Maybe we inspire those kids and give them some information. But the right the right mix would be when the trainers and the teachers of the universities collaborate and ensure that the entire juice of whatever we are trying to do is passed on to the kids in the right way. Because 1-2 days you attend a communication skills workshop, your communication cannot improve. Whereas we got to put it into practice, and teachers and trainers should collaborate so that this is taken to next level. So that's something I strongly believe. And coming on to the last pointer of the discussion, which is how do we develop the rural skills? I mean, the rural India, the skill development for them. One of the primal question every single person who is responsible in skill development should be asking this: how can we solidify the online presence in rural India? It might be a very visionary statement, but everything is doable. See, any technology that came inside, I still remember when I was in college, cell phone was something only very few people would have in hand. But today it's like, it's almost in every Indian's hand today. And we are such a consumer economy. And right now, the highest pitch that's happening is today, knowledge economy is growing pretty much. You have some substance, you have ideas, people are ready to listen, learn from you. So somewhere, how do we solidify the online presence so that the urban and the rural comes to a connection, so that the rural India is not left out? The primal question to ask is, how can I solidify? All those people who are responsible should be taking this as their, the most important question. And keeping that in mind, once the rural India, I strongly believe, is very strong in innovation. They do things with very limited resources available in hand. They are the people in this nation who, bring innovation to being. Now, if urban people can come in collaboration with rural people in some platform where the online presence is solidified, innovation can be done in a much larger scale, so that as India, we don't just become people who look for jobs, who look just consumers, but we start creating. See, in China, the reason why manufacturing is pretty much more is right from the beginning, right from the school, innovation and vocation has been part of the curriculum. Even we are doing it here, just that the connections has to be established much more stronger, so that we as a nation can become the powerhouses of knowledge economy and manufacturing economy, and bring in innovation as well. And to end my talk with the last idea that I have for you guys is embrace online entrepreneurship. Today, if you have internet connection and a laptop, you can do wonders. You can do wonders. It's a useful investment. How do I use all the different gadgets and grow a business for myself? See, when the pandemic began, I was a keynote speaker, a professional speaker who goes and speaks at multiple avenues on different topics of self-improvement. But when the pandemic hit, we as a set of business people understood, now if you can't escape going online. And as a reason, there are so many, online entrepreneurship courses that are available now. I'm just showcasing my snapshot here. Need not be gold mage. Just search in Google. You will be fascinated how many people teach you how to simplify tech systems. One of the fear for mid-level people. See, today, we just keep speaking about the youth for skill development, but people who are in their 30s and 40s are facing mid-level crisis in this country. They want to shift jobs. They need to upgrade their skills. One of the prominent skill set every individual of this country has to improve is embrace technology. Technology is there to help us, not to intimidate us. And how do I leverage it and get into online entrepreneurship in one or the other way, so that both rural and urban India can become players and, become visible to the global world? So many courses are there which people can pursue. All the people who are watching this session right now, I strongly invite that development, skills, and growth is the foundation of human life. And any which opportunity that we get, we got to embrace, because going to next level, contributing to the society, enhancing your knowledge, sharing and expressing your viewpoints to the world, and gaining the same information from other dignitaries, other people, perspective exchange has to be the slogan and the way we grow. So if we imbibe the perspective exchange as one of the key model of skill development, if we imbibe digitization and exposure as our key elements, I think skill development can definitely be landscaped in a very, very next level to India. And it would, of course, our dear Abdul Kalam ji has dreamt that we become powerhouses. This nation has everything, my friends. We have people, we have intelligence, we have contributors, we have sincerely working people. It's just that the right elements should need to come together so that we achieve what we have in mind. So thank you so much for this opportunity, sir. I hope I added value for the topic that you gave me. So
Thank you very much. Wonderful. See, ladies and gentlemen, such a powerful views and such a powerful and such a meaningful talk by Madam Padma Priya Ramkumar from the Gold Mage Services from Chennai all the way. I think it was amazing. And it was a beautiful garnishing with the main dish of the three CEOs. And garnishing on the top always gives better fragrance, because then you take the sweetness and the fragrance of everything. That something is lovely before we all go for lunch. And you know, it's 1:29. So coming from the armed forces background, 1:30 we committed to you. You go for your digital lunch. Enjoy your lunch, all of us. But before we go, I've got 1 minute. Sharad Upadhyay ji, Sumit Goyal ji, Ram Sevak Patel ji, Nasir Ali ji, and Rangatha MA, and then of course my dear Dr. Jacob Georgie and Professor Dr. Devendra Pathak ji, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Uttarakhand University. We all will be meeting soon after lunch. It is 1:29, and imagine what a beautiful standard time we maintained. 1:30 we told you, 2 o'clock we will be back with you, all of us together. Wonderful synergy, wonderful energy, all of us together. India got to move ahead. India got to really, really, really becoming a Vishnu Guru. And for that matter, I think with education, skills, competencies, and your energy and synergy is very important. So that's 1:30. Let's go for the lunch now, and we all meet again at 2 o'clock. See you at 2. We will start at 2. I will be taking you to Malaysia. I'm taking you to Singapore, and then I'm bringing you back something wonderful where we will have a deliberation and celebration and congratulation, all of us together. So please have your own lunch, your digital lunch. Enjoy yourself. God bless all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Padma. Thanks a lot. It was wonderful to have you just before lunch.
Thanks for the opportunity.
God bless you.
Have a great day ahead. Thanks for the opportunity, and would love to work with you soon as well.
God bless you. And stay blessed and stay tuned. You got to be with us till 3 o'clock till we finish the session today. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.